Yo, check it out. This is the Social Critics Podcast, episode 42, with your hosts, Driss, Alpha, Bashir, Curtis, Sumie, and we got Anthony back in the building with us today. What's up?
How you doing? Glad to be here.
Let me just tell everybody, Anthony literally is wearing his glasses with a legal pad and a pen.
His glasses are not prescription.
They are very prescribed. Super prescribed.
So what's up, guys? Well, first of all, everybody shut up and listen to Bash because we haven't seen him.
Hey guys, I'm back.
I'm so glad.
I wish, man, I should have plugged in my soundboard, bro.
I felt like I haven't seen Bash in forever.
I know. How you been, man?
Man, I'm doing good.
You looking good.
Bash is rolling up paraphernalia. He got paraphernalia and he's rolling up
Whoa,
drugs. So I'm outing him.
Wow.
I'm outing him.
Real quick.
It has nothing to do with me.
At all.
The feds might be listening.
Hey, it has nothing to do with me. I just want to be opted out.
What's your stance on weed?
Sorry, nigga. I'm trying to come home.
That's a criminally underrated song.
For real.
So what's up with you? Bashir, what have you been doing
That's
the past week?
I've been working. I've been eating.
How to work? I'm gonna put you on blast. How's the working out been going?
Oh, shitty, bro. I've been off for like 2 weeks now.
God damn it.
I know, and I've been eating crazy bad.
Stop.
Okay, thanks. I will. I know this.
Get your shit together.
But I've been good. My dick's been wet a couple times this week, so I'm happy.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
thank you.
Speaking of dicks being wet,
Hey, we keep my personal life off of here. Actually, we don't. I bring up a lot of. I feel like I always do.
Alpha had 6 women.
Wow,
That's a lot.
wow.
Wait, is this real?
No.
No.
I like to just amplify shit.
I do have to ask. How did you?
You do it up the ass.
I feel like
I have like me, Alpha, and Driss were all roommates, and like I have a hole in my wall to where I like dug it out through so I can see what Alpha does at night.
You a peeping Tom.
on everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
So I seen everything that happened. I just wanted to see if you would fess
Hold
up
on.
to
So
it.
do you watch him when there's no women in there?
I watch him at all times.
So you saw what? So you saw what I did.
Curtis always
yesterday?
is wondering what Alpha's doing, and Curtis claims that he thinks Alpha's building something.
I wish I knew how to build something.
No.
Alpha's door is always locked. Alpha's door.
Don't say that shit.
Said, what is? I wasn't gonna say it on here.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right.
It rhymes with Uber Bomber.
Uber bomber. Uber bomber.
Uber bomber. You're an Uber bomber.
I fucked it up.
You can't even accuse me of being something if I can't even pronounce the name.
That's what is it called?
The Unabomber.
Unabomber.
No, I wish I
back here making some
honestly
shit, bro.
wish I was smart enough to make a bomb. I don't know how to.
Let's stop talking about this shit.
Okay. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not
That's why
saying I
didn't
would.
wanna
I'm
say
saying
it.
because you got to be really smart to be able to know how to make a bomb.
We're officially all on the list now.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you
Tell
don't.
'em.
Instructions are on
Google.
Yeah, there really is the book. What's the name of that book they got?
You don't even
How to
need
build a
a
bomb?
book.
No.
They're like online, like with household utility, like cleaning stuff. You could build a bomb.
Building bombs for dummies.
Well, I'm not interested in building bombs. But
You are a hospitalic ass nigga, man. What you got going on over there, Anthony?
No, I don't
You
need
sound
no
too
bomb.
What's
sure
a
about yourself,
hospitalic?
man.
What does that mean?
Hospitalic?
No, that's not a word.
Hospitable.
Hospitable.
That's what I said.
Y'all gonna kill me for that word earlier?
wait, okay.
You're gonna kill me for that word earlier? You're not gonna kill him for that?
Bashir said
That's 'cause I'm a
instead
nice
of saying
guy.
compilation, he said completation.
Yo, I know people out there saying completation. Why is there a T in there?
We had to let it be known that none of us have seen the word compilation before porn. Because I know I haven't.
These are facts.
Which also proves that porn teaches.
Porn does teach.
Why
You
there?
weren't-
Hold on. Tell me why there's 2 T's in it if there's compilation.
There's no T's
there's
in the
no
word
T's.
porn.
Not porn, nigga.
Compilation has one T.
I'm done.
Are we going? Are
one
we?
T?
Speaking of porn,
Oh yeah.
That's a great segue.
It's
That
really
was nice.
not.
Yeah, you killed it. Hey.
Horrible
this
segue.
nigga loves.
Disclaimer. The next topic, Anthony is super uber biased.
I'm really not.
Oh,
I
talk
speak-
your shit. Talk
I
your
speak
shit.
facts when it comes to Kim
Okay,
K.
let me
Kim
tell
Kardashian
you.
West. Excuse me. She's
KKW.
a married woman.
Add that
Okay,
West
let
to
me
it.
tell you the story of what happened first before we start firing our bombs and lighting out fires. Basically, Kim posted on her Instagram story. She was with her sisters, Kendall and Chloe, and they were talking about how skinny Kim is. And Kendall made certain remarks like, "Oh my God, you're way too skinny. You're not eating." And Chloe was kind of complimenting her. This bitch claimed to be 119 pounds at 37 years old. So here's the thing. That goes two ways. Number one, the way she said it, she hinted that she was on the heavier side. So she was like, I'm really not, you guys. I'm down to 119. So that, number one, at 37, being 119 pounds with those boobs and that butt it's not healthy. Mm-hmm. Or she literally just acknowledge the fact that her body parts are fake. Because yeah, her stomach and her arms would claim she's 119, not if she had a real butt and real boobs. So here's the thing. Lately, Emmy Rossum from Shameless, you guys all watch Shameless?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, I'm a fan.
You can see that she's a considerably tiny girl.
Best show on TV.
It is a great show. She claimed she was 119 when she had mono, basically insinuating that it is a super unhealthy weight for a woman to have. Woman to have.
God damn, that shit loud.
So essentially, everybody was kind of blasting her like, it's not something you should praise yourself about. 119 is not healthy. You shouldn't be taking compliments in that sense. And either, no one's saying she needs to gain weight, but you shouldn't be sitting there like posting that you're ecstatic about the fact of being 119.
What does mono have to do with what you ate?
You're sick and you're not
she's saying
eating
she
and you're
was
losing
sick.
I have
weight.
mono.
Yeah, but that's what
People
she's claiming.
usually-
She was like, last time I was 119, I had mono.
Oh.
That's Emmy Rossum from Shameless.
Okay.
The one who be
Fiona.
fucking everybody? Oh,
Fiona.
yeah.
First of all, I have so many problems with a lot of that stuff. First, I don't feel that anyone, if Kim K praised being 119 or didn't, I don't think anyone should be blasting her about her weight
I love
and
Anthony,
what
man.
she should be doing about her weight and how she should feel about herself. That's one thing. Because if you feel so strongly about it, you do something for young girls who look up to Kim K as a body image. And another thing, 119 on a weight scale. I used to box, so I used to fight at 126. I was a grown man, 5'11", and I fought at that. It's plenty of ways when you work out to manipulate your weight.
Can you
With an ass like that? Did you have an ass like that when you boxed?
No, but when you no.
Anthony's got notes, by the way.
But
This
when
is
you
incredible.
when you look at her body like an ass, I would say that's 10 pounds, and you'll put breast. That's another 10 pounds. If you look at the rest of her body as a short woman, 5'1" to 5'2".
She's my height.
How
She's
tall
my
are you?
height. I'm 5'1".
Oh, she about 5'1", and then she is like her body is relatively small. She
It is
works out
small.
all the time.
Yeah, she's a small stature.
So she could be 119.
do you think that's healthy for a 5'1" individual?
It depends. It depends on when you weight yourself.
Isn't
if
weight?
you- if
doesn't
you-
muscle weigh a lot?
Could you beat Michael B. Jordan?
I think he's trash at boxing. He's an actor.
Oh, what?
But he's trash at boxing. But it depends on when you weigh yourself. Curtis, you work out. Like
I don't.
you don't.
Curtis.
He's ridiculous.
Hey, Curtis is pulling off his best me right now.
Curtis is actually wearing a shirt this time, you guys.
I know it's hot as shit. I'm about to come up out this
When you work out and you weigh yourself, people usually weigh themselves in the morning.
Right,
Like
yeah.
when they're not drinking
they
after a
fasting.
fast, after the fast at night. So they usually weigh themselves. So I'm pretty sure without any food in her stomach and without additional water weight, what a lot of people walk around in.
I think she was
That's-
just claiming that her ass was 119.
See, that made sense to me. That's what I was thinking.
If she said that, I would believe that.
Ass
and I would
and titties,
actually
that can
probably
weigh-
not
that can get
scrutinize
up there.
her.
So
One cheek.
Sumie, what's the
My thing
what's
at
your
the
gripe
end of the
with
day
it?
is did you watch the videos? Did you hear her talk on the videos?
No, I
Because
didn't.
it's
No,
also
but
the way
even
you
if
portray
even
what
when-
119 means to you.
Even if she said it in the worst possible way, I still don't think anyone should. If by you saying how she feel about her body and she shouldn't be ashamed about her body, what if she was big? What if she was 200 pounds? We're telling people who praise being 120 pounds that's a problem that they praise in that. But we're telling people who are clearly obese, no, you should love yourself. You shouldn't body shame these people. It's a double standard. And I think a
Nobody's
lot of
body
Yeah.
shaming her, though. I
No,
think it's
no.
the body image that she's portraying to women around the
okay,
world. That
but
it's okay to be
if you're
that
portraying a
tiny.
body image as someone being small as a problem, when it's clearly a problem when people are obese and they're having heart problems.
But that's a double-edged sword. I would argue people will also tell people that no, it's probably healthy.
Not the people who are the social media warriors and the people who are attacking her. When Hollywood and
the
everyone
people who are attacking her are smaller than her. Emmy Rossum is much
but
more.
still,
Well, why is
I'm
Emmy
just-
Rossum why is
But-
Emmy Rossum attacking her? Just because she's setting a bad example for girls?
That's what she's essentially trying
Well,
to say.
all right, so I agree with Ant here. I mean,
Right.
I'm not invested as well, but we were talking about parents actually setting examples. I don't like the fact that people look up to celebrities like that. to
well, I
begin
don't
with.
agree that should ever be the case.
But it's
I
a
will say
thing, though.
that.
But it's a thing.
Sure.
But I just think that okay, here's the thing. When you hold that much importance in the world, whether it's, I mean, she was on the news for, with Trump for freeing that.
Mhm.
Like, okay, everybody knows
That
who
was
she
great.
is. What I'm saying, that was great. And that's something to look up to. So it's kind of the same thing as like Trump. Like people are like, you're a political leader. You have an image and reputation to uphold. Whoever looks up to the president in this point, it's different, but I'm saying like when he makes comments about like LeBron James being stupid, people are like, why do you talk like that? People look up to you. You're a celebrity. You have an image. You have a reputation to
I
maintain.
think a president is way different than
No,
like a
with this,
celebrity.
Well,
Like
he's also-
his decisions actually affect lives.
It does, but
None.
unfortunately,
What she
we don't
does
grow.
doesn't do it.
But unfortunately, we grow up in an era though where it does. People look up to her and her brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I mean that's
That's
fine.
the influence that she
But
has.
I'm not arguing that.
But
I'm
I want to strongly disagree with you, Alvin.
Why?
You said just he changed. Kim
Well,
changes
not-
lives too, though.
in
She
what way?
does.
Well, I want to know.
Influence.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You're forgetting how much
Influence is
influence
very
people
That's
strong.
not
have.
stray away.
subjective.
That's
That's
not stray away.
subjective, though.
That's not stray away from the point versus president versus Kim. We're talking about people who have influence. I don't want her to lose her point.
Right.
Okay.
She has, that's what I mean. Like influence is huge. And if you're going to be a celebrity, use your influence. I just don't, I respect her. And here's the thing. I will give her credit where it's due. I think she's doing a great job building her brand. I think she's a great businesswoman. I think her and Kanye are a power couple. As far as respect, there's none there.
No.
When it comes to her reputation and the image she portrays to women, no.
Did you hear?
I respect Kim K in every sense of her life.
Whoa. And you heard she said she has nothing negative to say about our president.
Who?
Her.
Well, why if she doesn't
tweeted
think
that.
she doesn't? Like,
I
why does
don't
that
care
This
about
is
matter?
that.
stupid though.
But me personally,
Logically?
I have a lot of negative things to say about him, but I
Me
mean, I
personally-
think when people go out and actively nitpick at everything that he does, it actually takes away from the bad things that he's doing.
but I'm gonna say this
I agree
about
with
I'm
that.
gonna say this about her Trump.
Agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this about her Trump statement.
Yeah. What's up with that?
That's political, in my opinion, because what she's doing, she's still going to women's prison after she helped free that woman because she wasn't alone doing that. She's going to women's prisons to help women reform themselves. I don't know many people who are doing that outside of the Nation of Islam with African Americans reforming former criminals. So I praise her on doing that. So she's still working with Trump and his family to do that thing. She's still trying to free people. So I think I am more on Kanye West and Kim K's side when they're dealing with Trump because Jay-Z, I'm going to use Jay-Z. Jay-Z told Meek Mill not to go visit him about prison reform. And when he is actually freeing people and Meek Mill still has a case pending, I think that's the person you need to see. So
True.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you're saying like
so
Kim-
what Jay-Z and everyone's doing by not visiting with Trump because they don't like him, you're saying you're going to possibly wait 6 more years and hope that a Democratic president
It's gonna sound
wins
crazy shit.
before you try to free
We're
African
talking
Americans.
about the same Democratic Party that in 1986 co-signed the Anti-Drug Abuse Act that Reagan passed. That law that got
How the
passed.
fuck we get off of Kim Kardashian?
But
No,
we
I'm
about to
saying-
get back to Kim.
No,
we about to
we're
get back to
saying-
Kim.
So
That's what
I'm
I'm
saying, I'm saying
I'm
the
saying
fact that you're
about
waiting
Kim.
for Democrats to do something for
She's making
black
a bad
people.
thing good.
I'm
She's
saying
making
that
the best out of a.
I'm saying
A
that
bad situation.
I'm saying that I'll dance with the devil to free my people.
You're angry.
And I think
And
I think African Americans been doing that since we've been in this country. So Kim's not doing this to free herself.
But
she doesn't
I
know
think you're
anyone
missing the point of no
Body
one's
image.
No, I
saying
was talking
she's
to him.
not.
I was talking about him.
Yeah, I like
He
that.
made
I
a
like it.
point.
Go ahead.
No,
You got
I
it.
agree.
We
and
swayed off.
I
We're
did.
good.
I personally
goated.
thought that was great. And that's honestly where I have my little moments of there's the respect. There's the respect.
Yeah.
But when you're such a public figure, especially with girls, you have children. I just think that you have to be mindful of the image that you portray to women. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I will still stand by. I think what she does is great. I think she's an advocate for change.
Contact, bro.
Yeah, I think this is probably where we just fundamentally disagree.
Yeah.
I don't care for people. I don't think it's a good thing for people to set or you young people to be looking up to celebrities anyway.
Yeah.
I know it's
agree,
impossible.
But unfortunately, that's
I know.
what,
Yeah, I know
the
that's
time.
impossible.
Exactly.
but-
So the possibility of a child looking up to her when she's on TV, not for her perfume, but for political statements and reasons, people look into that.
I
People
think we
know
just.
who she
but
is.
there's other women who do
Okay.
that though. I think that's.
Yeah, and they
wanna-
get scrutinized for it.
I
No
wanna-
one's saying
I
they
wanna-
don't.
I want to make this. I just Googled the ideal weight chart for women based on Banner Health.
Damn.
As a 5'2" woman, 106 pounds to 130. As a 5'3" woman, 112 to 136. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was male. It's smaller. It's smaller for women. I'm gonna say that over 5'2", 99 to 121, 5'3".
That's ideal.
Ideal weight chart. It's a range.
Okay, so a 99-pound, 5'1"
Yeah,
woman.
but that's different though, because you got like the BMI measurements and those are just
you're not
off.
taking any of that.
Yeah, they're
right,
false.
but
But that's
what
my
I'm
point.
saying.
That's my point. If these charts aren't even consistent, why are we hating on Kim for being 120 and being proud of being? It's not like Kim is saying I'm 5'5" and I'm 85 pounds. She's not too far. 119 at 5'1" to 5'3" is not too far off.
with her body mass, including her ass and her boobs.
If you even if her ass and her boobs, if you subtract her ass and boob, make them a normal size for people, and you subtract 20 pounds from that, you'll say 100 pounds even.
I'm lost as fuck. There's too many numbers.
100 pounds
Okay,
even.
but I'm just saying
even if you subtract 20 pounds for her ass and her tits, she'll be 100 even. That's still not too bad to say that we don't respect her for the image she's putting out to be proud
I haven't
of
heard the
herself.
word tits in a long time.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't think that's too far off.
Yeah.
When there are people in the modeling industry who her husband helped change the whole industry of accepting colored. I said colored. Help accepting women of color, African American men in the fashion.
But now
industry.
you're just getting into Kanye. Keep them separate. Keep the entities separate. People are focusing on Kim and being the woman and
I feel like I'm in fucking school, man.
But still, even my point remaining to Kim at 100, and even if she was 95 pounds, did you try? I don't still think that's too far off.
Or why are we
from the
commenting?
range.
I mean, I want to get your point. Is the whole point? Why are we commenting on a woman's weight when we're not supposed or you're?
I don't get the dog in this fight. I don't understand.
Me personally either, but I'm just trying to understand why people are losing respect.
Are they mad at her because
no one's
she's
losing
proud of
respect?
being
People are
119?
saying that is not ideal. You're looking at it as you Googled ideal body image, but what Driss said, is BMI counted into that?
All that shit is fucked up.
It's all fucked.
But that's my whole point. That's my whole point. If all these
So
numbers,
what's funny is when you hear guys say oh, she has no ass on her, to a girl that's
Flat
super
back.
tiny. Yeah, that's super tiny. It's not. I mean, no one's saying that she's super unhealthy.
Pancake.
That's something you notice. But Kim, with all of her assets at 119, that's not healthy. That's not healthy.
To me, it just came off as like a blatant lie. Like it's just like
But it's
you
almost like
you do
that's
not
what we're
weigh
saying.
119.
It's not. Why
She do.
even make
if
this
you
statement?
detach her ass and titties, she probably is 119.
But okay,
that's
so
like
either she
saying-
lied about. That's kind of what it is. It's a news update that
I
it
feel
was
like
kind of
girls
one of
never
those.
tell their real weight anyway. Shit.
Or their age.
I wouldn't sit here and say
See,
I'm.
but that's another factor
85
that she
pounds.
could have been lying. She could have just been
Yeah,
fucking
now
around.
we all riled up.
Yeah, that could be
I
the
think
case.
people are just too invested in
Fuck
her.
that shit. Sumi like,
I
fuck
think so. I think so too. I agree. But I'm just saying, credit is given to her when it's due. When
Sumi,
it comes down to her business. When it comes down to her.
Are you? Be honest. Are you a hater of Kim?
No,
Be honest.
I'm not a hater. I
No, she
really don't.
actually
I
fucks
watch.
with them.
I do.
Yeah.
I talk to Driss about it all the time.
Well, you
I
can
think-
still
wait,
hate something and watch
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hate watch CNN all day.
No, I don't.
She doesn't like Kylie that much. But
I'm a hater of Kylie, and I've openly said
but-
it. I don't have
Yeah.
much
But
respect for
I
her.
think-
But do you do like Kim though?
I've,
Yeah.
I've actually always liked her. I just think sometimes I'm like, why the fuck would
I
you?
think you're just
talk
more
like
mad
that?
at her influence.
I think so. I don't think she gives a positive
that's where we agree.
image
But-
on certain things.
But I don't think
that-
I don't think we should be holding a celebrity. Honestly, I don't think celebrities are more responsible than any one of us. They're just popular and they make
That's
money.
a lot.
yeah,
But that's y'all acting like that's
but
not
that's
a lot.
influence.
That's a lot.
influence.
That's a lot.
Y'all listen to
So when you
music
flip your
literally all day,
Yeezys,
don't
when you
y'all?
flip your
Yeah.
Yeezys
I'm
and
not
make money
influenced by
off of
what
it,
they
when
do,
you
though.
promote all of it, you're easily
But
influenced
you're-
by a celebrity
You're
and his
influenced
brand.
to listen to
Yes,
it more.
and I understand that though. I understand that though. But still, these people are still human. They're still human. Like
yeah.
preachers.
I
Everyone
mean,
makes
all I'm
mistakes.
saying is I don't
that-
take a celebrity's influence. I don't do anything associated with brands with celebrities. I keep up with news
I'm a
updates, but I don't
follower.
promote any celebrities. I don't promote any brands. So I'm just kind of addressing a situation. But
Yeah.
I'd say you're very influenced by the West brand and Kim Kardashian. I mean,
Yeah, nigga, you
you're very
heavily
open
influenced,
about it.
nigga.
You're heavily influenced.
I'm not influenced by.
Shut your
by
ass
them.
up. I'll look at your
I'm really
feet right
not.
now. Where your shoes at?
I'm really not.
Look at this nigga's shoes. He talking about he ain't influenced.
I support Kanye for.
You can support him without
No.
buying his shit.
I sell it. Like if you look at my closet,
selling shit.
if you look at my closet,
There is a difference.
If you look at my closet, I think Driss has more Yeezys tenants than I do because I sold all mine.
Yeah.
I have more Saint Laurent than Yeezy.
Oh, don't hurt him now.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say that I'm influenced by Kanye West. Can't tell me to do anything,
He can tell you to buy his goddamn shoes.
and I sell them. I don't pay.
You still buying them, motherfuckers?
Because I like them. I buy anything that I
But
like.
that's the influence.
That's
That's
not. That's not
That's called
influence.
influence.
That's not.
That
no,
is
influence.
influence. That is influence.
That's not.
I don't think it's
That's not
influence.
influence.
No.
I like something.
If you-
It's a different
no.
type of. I don't think you're living your lifestyle.
No, I'm
based
with
off his
Anthony on this
influence.
one.
That's not influence.
I'm on Anthony on this one. It's not
That's not
influence.
influence.
Wait,
I don't know
wait,
what it's.
wait, wait.
It just. I just like it.
When you wear your
Influence mean that he can make me change my mind on something.
okay, who
And he
influenced
can't.
you to wear when you wear your bottoms? Who influenced you to do that?
When I wear my
When you-
bottoms?
When you wear your bottoms, your teeth.
Oh, I'm from New Orleans. That's a cultural
Who
thing.
influenced you?
The whole culture of New Orleans.
So you were influenced by people.
because I liked it.
But that's still influence, bro.
But
It don't matter if you like it or don't like
See,
it.
but you can see
look at the
something and make
you
your
can
own
see
opinion
something
on
and
it.
make your own opinion.
Yeah.
I gravitate to like New Orleans is murder capital. I don't kill people. And that's the
I
culture
mean, you ain't
too.
gotta- you
I
gotta-
pick and choose what I like because of who I am. I like it.
I agree with Ant. When
Yeah.
I
I don't think
listened
I'm
to
fluent.
50 Cent back in the day, and I loved his albums. I didn't think to go
Who
out
I-
and
who
rob
am I
somebody. You know what I'm
influenced
saying?
by?
But you thought to buy his album.
Oh no, I didn't. My parents wouldn't let me buy it.
Yeah, I didn't buy his
So that's
album.
where
either.
parenting comes
I'm
in.
sorry.
You buy
You thought to
something-
get his album.
I
Yeah,
like Chick-fil-A, but I don't like their politics. I like the
Yeah.
food. You
Yeah.
buy something because of the service they're providing and you like it. That don't mean that you're influenced by them. Like I eat Papa John's pizza because they have better deals.
Hell yeah.
I don't like his
Hell
politics
yeah.
John's not
at
that good.
all.
We ain't gonna take it that far.
I don't like his politics at all. So it's
So
just
who you influenced by?
I'm influenced by
You, nigga.
I know.
Honestly, I'm influenced. I'll say this. I'll be real.
Bashir.
Say that. Yeah. Say
Yeah.
that.
I'm for sure by Bashir. I like Bashir. I'm influenced by you
Say my
guys.
name one more
that's
time.
real.
I agree.
I was
think
gonna say
we're
the
more
same thing.
influenced by our peers.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm
I
a,
agree.
but I pick and choose what I like about certain people.
Yeah.
But my main influences are
Now
my main influence Farrakhan, Malcolm X, some areas George Washington, in some areas Daniel
George
Shades.
Washington.
Yeah.
You too smart, nigga. Alpha.
Yeah.
No, not you.
Those are
Driss,
my-
who you influenced
George
by?
Washington.
Who you influenced
Yeah.
by?
honestly, I was gonna say what Curtis said earlier. Like you're influenced by your peers. You're raised and influenced by your peers and your parents, for real.
But you're still
Yeah.
you still
Influence
have
Peers and
everything.
parents.
you're
And,
still
like,
an adult
and
though. You can pick like what Anthony said.
When niggas was,
But-
just because you specifically, y'all acting like when 50 Cent was wearing fucking cut off stupid ass G Unit tank tops, don't act like you ain't see niggas wearing cut
Yeah,
off G Unit
yeah.
tank
That
I
was
saw that.
influence. That
I
was
saw that.
influence.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. We're not saying. Okay, I will
Okay.
retract my comment. You directly no,
Okay.
but people directly yes are influenced by it.
Okay.
And I think
base-
that if you're going to hold that kind of fame and that kind of influence on somebody, why not just be mindful of your words? Be mindful of what you're saying.
I just
Because we
don't.
human.
I just
She's
don't.
not the first, and don't lie. She is not the first person to get scrutinized of it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
sure,
true.
sure. But I
Yeah.
just
There
don't.
are many people that do. She's just relevant in the terms of now.
I remember me and Ant had this long talk about drugs at one time, and this is where we like fundamentally disagreed. I don't care. People can be collateral damage from time to time. That's just gonna happen. You're
Yeah.
not stopping. Yeah, I know. It sounds
And
harsh.
I think so.
I
And
he
disagreed
disagreed
with
with
him when he was talking about drugs because drugs mentally.
They alter your mental
physically
state of mind.
changes that. But when we
No.
I'm
talk-
gonna give you no.
It does.
I'm not. No, I'm
Yeah, and I
saying
agree
I'm
with
gonna
that.
get. I'm
No.
gonna-
Yeah, say that first. Say this for another time. Say that for another time.
I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you a book that might change. your
Yeah.
mind.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
We talked about the book, but what I'm saying about influence, I think that I like to see my role models make mistakes because before I even considered doing anything in life, I just thought I wasn't good enough doing it because I knew my flaws. I didn't see anyone on TV with the same flaws.
But you
as
didn't know
mine.
that at fucking. You didn't know that from the womb.
But I'm talking about when I was old enough to decide what I want to do in my life at like 18, when it was important. So,
But that's a maturity thing too. Some people don't realize that shit till they 21.
But still,
25, 30.
Later.
but we're influenced by. I agree. We see people around us who are celebrities, and we are influenced. I was influenced at that time. I'm not too much influenced now.
I know, but I mean, pop culture in itself is a big influence on
Yes.
everybody.
And I agree.
Everybody.
And I agree with that. But when I saw everyone being perfect, I didn't think I could be at that level because
Listen, nigga, I
wasn't
love you. I'll
perfect.
give you a hug, bro. You all that.
But thank you. But let me make the point.
The third party influence, bruh. Third party influence is a lot too, because just because you're not influenced by 50 Cent, you might be influenced by somebody who was influenced by 50 Cent. You feel me?
Bring that back. Yeah, I can't argue that point. Sure.
I agree. Everyone is influenced, but I'm saying that even if we're influenced by the worst person, I think we should be able to see these people make mistakes. That's why I value Kanye.
But is it okay to call out the mistakes sometimes? Which is exactly what we're doing.
It's okay to call out it's okay.
Because here's the thing. There comes a time when everything's overlooked.
No. It's okay to call out mistakes, but we can't call out the mistakes only because they have influence and because people look up to them. Because if we call out mistakes with that goal, we're telling them that they have to be perfect. So, and I disagree with that.
That's not what I'm getting across, though. I'm getting across be mindful. There's social responsibility is huge.
I don't think that they should be mindful. I think people should live life. I think if you look at all my heroes, like Malcolm X, if you look at Malcolm X's personal life, his life was not what he was here for. His life, to me, was his evolution from all his mistakes, from a pimp to dropping out of school in 8th grade to being a pimp, running the streets, doing all this stuff, criminal stuff, to going to prison, learning how to read in prison, becoming a God-fearing man, then coming out civil rights activist, then going to Mecca and meeting all these world leaders and saying white people are devils, to being like, this could be the first bloodless revolution in America, and we welcome all people. People focus only on what he did for the civil rights movement, but his whole life, all his mistakes made him who he was. And I am grateful that I got to experience those mistakes. So that's what I'm saying. I got to see someone, because I didn't think I could go. I was smart enough to go to college until I read my first book at 18 years old, was his autobiography, and a prisoner who taught himself how to read and never lost a debate. Showed me one debate he ever lost. That would made me think someone from my background could go to school and do something without going into crime like the rest of my family did. So his mistakes is what made me not make those mistakes. That's what I'm saying, that just because they're celebrities, we should allow them to be them. And if you think what they're doing is bad, call it out, and be mindful that they're going to make mistakes, but we shouldn't hold them on a pedestal just because they're famous. We shouldn't hold them on a pedestal.
But I'd argue we hold our peers on a certain platform too. Like we'll call each other out. Like, Alpha, that's probably not something smart to do. Or like, Driss, maybe you should have.
You saw how she came straight
careful.
for you. You saw
I
that?
always come for Alpha.
Yeah.
Well, I think I take offense to it. You should.
But I think the difference is, I hate to say it, let's just be more realistic here than in this like glorious world of what influences. No. Kim Kardashian holds more of an influence than Driss does, more than Curtis. It's the public. When you're in it is easier to mess up, and it makes it easier to mess up and harder to retract from.
Right.
But you do have to keep in mind with what kind of mistakes are they making and how often does it keep occurring? Like, that's one thing you have to be I keep saying mindful because that's not her being mindful. A mistake is genuinely looking back and being like, well, shit.
But
that probably
it's hard though. So
me
like,
personally,
people like they see her like every move. Your every fucking
But
move.
she puts it out there.
She does put it out there. She is saying it, but it's being recorded. That's her money. That's her money.
It's not being altered. It's being recorded by her.
Was it a Snapchat? Was it a story?
It was her Instagram story that she posted.
But still, I still don't think the issues that we're calling out are major issues. I think her claim at 119, 120 pounds, that's not as drastic as we're making it. That's not as bad.
Can you say that, or can only women say that?
I was going to say, you're also thinking from your point of view, because when a woman listens to that, it's a very different reaction. When we were told that at 100 pounds at a certain height, it is unhealthy. You are told it's unhealthy. You can't have enough BMI to support that. There's no way. It's basic biology. But what I'm trying to say is, I agree. It's not a huge topic. It's the current topip right now. But we hit on various topics. But it's one of the few pop culture topics we're talking about.
But my point is, at 120, I haven't seen Kim K personally in real life. But my friend, he has seen Kim K and he has seen Nicki Minaj. And I think these women are really thick. And he said they are really small when you see them in person. So...
But it's going. That's why I kind of agree with Sumie. You keep trying to tie it back into personal. It's not a personal thing though.
But I'm trying. What standard are we talking about then? If we send all these BMIs and all this stuff is saying, but
I don't think they're going off of that. I think it's literally just, I don't like this chick. I don't like how she said it or what she said it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is?
That's what I feel like.
But I don't think that's the point that she was making.
It's not a good
That's
influence.
it's not the point. I don't think that's the point Sumie was making. But I think most girls,
I agree that most girls feel that way about Kim P.
they just don't like. They don't like her, so everything.
I'm just talking about the way.
I'm not saying that Sumie. I'm saying in general.
As far as the facts and stuff, I know y'all can break that all down.
Yeah, but that's not the.
But they're not going off of that. They're going off of influence.
They hate her.
Like that's it.
They literally hate.
If you're going to hold that much power, just be smart about it.
So speaking about these hoes playing games, Cap on Madden.
Oh my God.
Hey, that was smooth. No, it wasn't.
I was playing games. They handshaking. You saw that? They were handshaking and shit. They're like, "Yo, good job. We did
I really.
Go ahead, y'all debating out here."
Also, I'm gonna give Anthony a lot of credit for not cutting people off. I'm just gonna say that.
Hold on, did we cut you off?
We didn't cut you off either.
Did we cut you?
We didn't cut you off either.
I just want to know.
Listen, we're just not good enough, guys.
This went
Let's
very
just sit over here in the
smoothly,
corner.
It went very
But
smoothly.
it did go
I like
smoothly.
that.
It
I
went
was
very
listening.
smoothly.
I think
For
with
someone
everyone
who's
involved.
new to the podcast to be like, you know what, I'm gonna let people take their stance, and then I'll take mine. That's pretty.
You saying he has manners?
He's from the South.
we don't.
He's from the South.
It's the glasses, bro. This is don't let the glasses
Like,
fool.
yeah, I got manners.
There's also 10 balls, 5 dicks,
How you know
1
how many balls
vagina,
we got?
and 1 pair of titties, and all on one podcast. So there's going to be some cutting off. Sorry.
You're assuming that.
I'm assuming what? Oh, yeah, I am assuming that.
I could have lost the ball 2 years ago.
Somebody probably is a Z. Who's
Why are
a
you
Z?
looking at me, bro?
Somebody in here is
Get outta
Z.
here.
straight.
He said, I was like, you're move. Look at
I'm a Zer. What's a Zer?
Can we
So
talk
you know
about
this
EA
shit.
Sports?
Okay, EA Sports, Big Cap. What's going on with that topic?
Zer.
So
Is that what it is?
So I don't. Oh, you
What?
guys are still talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zer is when you get served, when you get knighted backwards by the coin. I
male,
don't fucking
female,
know.
Zim, Zer, Za.
Y'all bugging. Y'all talking about getting knighted. Yo, what happened with EA Sports? Someone tell me about this.
Yeah.
It's in the
So
game.
that
Like
indeed
that.
it is. Isn't it? So that Big Sean song where he says that line about Colin Kaepernick,
This just sucks, man.
they took it out because it's fucking Madden
they took
NFL.
just that part
They
out?
took
Yeah,
it
they-
out because it's Big Sean, though.
No, they just literally bleeped it. No,
Yo,
hold up.
I like Big Sean. What are you doing?
I
Yeah,
don't like
bro.
Big Sean, bro.
You don't like
Big
him?
Sean sucks.
He does not suck, bro. Come on.
Oh, you want
Curtis,
something?
you're a
bro.
hater. You're a hater.
Yo, this crazy.
like Big
Okay.
Sean.
All right,
Do you not like
so
him
they
or do
cut
you
out
not
that.
like his
So he's
influence?
rapping,
Yeah.
and then they cut it out.
It's they literally just beeped it out like a cuss word.
Oh, the Colin Kaepernick, his word, his
Yeah.
name.
Wait,
Yeah,
does
this is his
Madden
name.
does
Why?
Madden beep out like explicit versions of songs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not.
That's gay.
Oh.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, it's for
Sumie.
kids.
Whoa.
It might-
That's offensive.
Sumie,
Yo.
it might set a bad influence for the children.
I said that about Curtis's Big Sean. Like, do you not like Big Sean or do you not like his influence?
Listen.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about this?
That's, all right. So what happened?
I think that's
after?
bullshit.
They put
Well,
it back.
No, I didn't even know about that. Did they?
Yeah, they did.
I think they're allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. It's theirs.
See, they can.
I don't care about influence or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not.
They can, but doesn't that sound that it's just
Don't
a little
buy the goddamn
spiteful?
game.
That shit
It is
just
spiteful.
That's spiteful as
Don't
fuck.
buy the game.
Why would they do that?
Me
Like, it's not
personally,
smart.
you know why
I
I,
like
think
the-
they did it?
I like the challenge
Why?
that Charlemagne did.
What
Yeah,
did Charlemagne
take the
do?
money.
Take the money that you was gonna spend on. If you really that Saudi, that money that you was gonna spend on the game, don't buy the game and just send the money, that $59.99 to Cap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why you think they
But
did
you know what?
personally-
Niggas want to play the game,
Yeah,
so they not
personally,
gonna do that.
I
So
don't
one of y'all gotta buy.
But what are you gonna say?
I don't think it was
Anthony.
spiteful. I don't think it was spiteful at all.
do you
I
think?
just think that I remember reading a statement that they were talking about that they want to keep it more about the game. That was before they had issued the apology. They want to keep it more about the game. A lot of people have been saying that since this kneeling thing has been going on. They are saying that the game is being too politicized, and they've been saying that with all kind of sports.
Yeah, but the NFL started that. Though.
Yes, and I agree. I agree.
Hold on, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. You're talking about when you're on Madden and the song that's happening in the background.
Mhm.
That whole song, they picked two
That-
words
yeah, they
and took
picked-
it out, and that's not spiteful, my nigga.
I don't think it's spiteful because this Colin
No one's
Kaepernick.
listening to that, be like, "Oh, Colin Kaepernick, shit, yeah, Trump, yo, we should be
Yes,
playing this game."
people
No,
are.
they ain't
No,
doing that.
first of all, they are. They are.
That one,
It's probably
one-
people doing
Listen,
both in reality.
EA Sports is trying to get as many people. It's money. It's
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
So a lot of business people aren't like the Papa John's guy and aren't like Chick-fil-A. They don't want to be involved with that. They want to maximize profit.
Okay.
So EA Sports, Colin Kaepernick is a problem to the football league according to their business model. He's trying to upset that, which I praise him for doing.
Holla.
The NFL and everything surrounding it is like a modern day slave.
Are you saying it's their
plantation.
right
Yeah,
to
it
bleep something out like that? Like it's
I
their
think-
right based off their business model, like you said?
I
Is
think it is their right because they did it. The only reason that they're
Fucked up.
retracting it is because it's affecting money. It's getting too much bad press. But the
That
fact
Well,
song
that's
is
good
fire
morale.
though.
Yeah,
They
so,
should-
but
they
the thing
should've
is, though,
put
I was going to say, the reason why I think it's spiteful, though, is like, if that's the case, then why even put the song in the first place? Just to beep out that one part.
I don't think it, because they're trying to make it, I don't know why, that could go both ways. Because Colin, black people are talking about boycotting the
never does anything.
NFL.
Yeah.
They're talking about boycotting NFL. When I looked at the soundtrack, it was hella black. When have a Madden soundtrack ever been this black? So I think that they're trying to cater to black people to still get them to buy the game. I don't think it's the NFL, it's EA Sports. So I just thought that they probably didn't even listen to the song. And when they listened to the song, when they got the song
Oh,
on
and they
there,
heard Colin
they
Kaepernick.
blocked it out.
And they're like, oh
Do you
shit, we
think
got to
it
take
was-
that
You
out.
think picking the
Oh,
songs
so-
was not intentional?
I don't
but
think it was
bleeping out
intentional.
was intentional.
Oh, you
Yeah.
telling me so there's an old white man and they listen to this song. They're like, oh my God, this
And
has
that's-
Colin
and-
Kaepernick.
and
And
that-
we got to take this out.
Exactly.
Okay,
And the
so
point-
it's not spiteful.
And the
It's more
point
they-
the
they're
problem
stupid.
with me, with this whole situation with me is, why are we still letting old middle class
Yeah,
white
that's what I'm
men
with- I'm with
lead? Like, I was watching certain things. They shouldn't be making these decisions. I think we need our own league, and we need to start. Colin Kaepernick wouldn't have to. We wouldn't have to protest about kneeling, because if we had our own league,
We were talking
would do
about
that.
this. We were talking about, who was it? Me and Drake were talking about it. What was the thing? You think it's a public thing, or is it inside, like the black players need to stop playing?
I think that
I'm not against people getting their or not getting paid to
Mhm.
perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're asking.
So you think
them-
it's on the public?
Well, no, we're
to,
asking.
change?
We're asking these guys, hey, sit out and don't earn your fucking paycheck.
But they're willing to
That's
do
us.
it. But no, they're willing to do it if they're not getting the right deal that they want. So if you care about the issue and you want the NFL and EA Sports to sacrifice, I think it's our issue. We should sacrifice first. Why would a white man care about black issues when we don't care about it to lose our money? That's my point.
Okay, so everyone stops watching it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that
It's everywhere though.
I'm saying that. Well, who is 60? The NFL is 60% black.
70, but yeah,
70% even better. 70% black.
Okay.
This 9% of the staff is black. None of the owners are black. So what you're saying, we can't work in corporate and NFL? You're saying that we're only good if we could run a football or catch a football?
Okay.
that's what
I
the
want
owners
this, I
say.
want
That's
this.
what the world, that's what the NFL is saying to us.
Yeah.
For you to be even an owner, it's not even about money.
I'm talking about like on not Super Bowl Sunday, just Sunday. We out eating brunch. It's on.
Don't watch it. Not
Don't watch it. That's what I don't get. If I turn over, it's right there.
It's not just one step. Like, even with the boycotts, it wasn't just boycotts. You had to know the whole purpose. You had to boycott the bus. You had to see how it affected the bus. It was the bus in the South were run mostly by
I just don't know how it's
African-Americans.
going to change.
No, it could change.
It could
I don't know
change.
how
happened
it's
in
gonna
boxing.
change.
It
He's
happened
right.
in boxing.
He's right.
It happened in boxing.
Okay.
When boxing is a free sport. Like, if I wanted to be a boxer right now, if I passed the field, I could be a boxer. I just had to put on an event like boxing, like music promotion. Like, if you got the money to host 50 Cent when he come here, you could be a promoter. That's how boxing is now, because it's not owned and locked down by people who are wanting to control it. So when Muhammad Ali got blackballed, I think a mayor in Atlanta, because the sport was not tied down, he went against the wishes of the governor and the president and gave him a license, and he fought. Because everybody else black people put the money up, and those cities where he fought was a majority black city. So when you do that and you take control of your own resources, you could do whatever. No, come on now. If Colin Kaepernick only got one big contract and he got NFL players with 3 big contracts that are veterans, if he got one big contract and he could live off it and sacrifice, a lot of people can.
A lot of
A lot of players. And
I
not
think
only
so.
that, If you get 60,
I think the players need to start.
Yeah, but then you're just losing your audience.
Yeah.
You know what I
You're
think?
losing
You
your
know where I
customer
think
base.
it would.
you're doing what?
You're losing your customer base.
I mean,
Like,
both.
people are
You
willing
know
to
what's
sit
funny
out
about
for
this
that.
whole thing is like both sides are protesting. You got people who are protesting the NFL because they feel
Right.
like the players are disrespecting the anthem.
But then you have people that are protesting, supporting.
Yeah, and but thing is, and when I said earlier, the NFL did make this political. They took money from the Pentagon to start having these gigantic fucking military parades before the game. They didn't do that before 09.
Yes, and that's
So you made it political right there.
And when there are counter protesters, white people and military people and black people protesting and putting pressure on the NFL. And the NFL chose who they're going to be with. They went against the players. So when they looked at the rules, they didn't say, well, fans, you can't do that. They said, players, you do not kneel. So they picked their side.
And let's talk
So
about.
it's now
But are
on
you
the
now
players.
allowed to go sit in the locker room instead
It
of?
depends. I think it
think so,
depends
yeah.
on
Or
the
is it per team?
I think it's on the team.
So the owner.
I don't think we are.
So does the owner
here.
choose
Yeah.
whether they get to kneel or
We're
whether
not.
they go to
This is
the
what I'm
locker
saying.
room?
Where does it start?
It starts-
I think people need to stop going to the game. I think that's where it has. That's where it has to start. If a player turns around and it's just all white people, niggas gonna start bugging.
who are the majority of the people who go to the games?
I don't know.
They're
It
white.
depends on the
But-
yeah.
but
70% of the
all this-
You have
country
your
is
black
white.
players,
But look
but
at
you have
this.
your
Look at
white
this.
audience.
You got 66% of the players. People go and see the players. We're watching for the players. We're doing this for the players. We're buying jerseys because of the players. I think the players are the ones kneeling. I think the players could just let their if the players, the NFL isn't going to sue the players. So if the players just sit out or do what the NBA did, they said when the ball got thrown up, no one was going to play. And the NBA got rid of Donald Sterling. So it's on the
So
players.
you think so? Did you just switch your whole? You said the first.
No,
it was
I
on
say it's
us.
on a lot of different things,
Oh, okay.
but majority, if you want to
I
get
think it's
around
on the
that,
players.
it's more directly on the players because
Facts. That's
everyone's
all.
around the
That
players.
would be crazy.
That's
as
what
fuck.
I'm saying. I don't know how the public can stop it itself. It's everywhere.
because it's collective bargaining.
But I think public has to do it too.
collective
Yeah, it's-
bargaining means you
it's
have
both
to
sides.
agree because the owners do not exist without the players. The players can exist without the owners.
Yeah.
We just not gonna have football
I'm
for a
with that
couple of
side.
years.
I'm with that
The,
side.
the NFL, the players could go play in Canada.
Canadian.
I'm about to say that, but if we had our own league, we wouldn't have to worry about this because it would be fair competition.
Can you imagine
Me.
Canadian football being doper than the NFL?
Yes,
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I mean, they already
it's
got
all about the
everything else.
players.
Yeah.
I think it takes. So which players?
All of them.
All of them.
All the black ones.
All the black ones.
Mhm.
Every single one, right?
Or even if we even have a quarter of the black ones, that would still be enough to shake up the NFL.
So who's going to start it?
It's time for the players to put them. None of them.
It's
Nobody,
all
let's be
money.
honest.
Because
It's all
it's-
about the Benjamins.
If it's all about the business, it's not about the issues. They're just as
They
worse as
good.
the coach, as the owners.
They got to worry about their family. They don't care about it.
Okay,
That's what it is.
the owners showing that they don't care. The NFL is putting on the front and center. The players are putting on the front and center that they care. Even though I do believe they care, but how much do you care?
I think, to be
then
honest, I just think that football is too big of a roster. They ain't gonna. Well, basketball is easy, just to like have all the players agree not to play. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Football is just way too
Too
many
many.
people on the team.
But
Too
all
big
the
of a
African
sample size.
Americans,
Yeah.
all the African Americans are acting like they're for the cause.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
And then it hurt. That's what I was saying because if the players don't care, then why would I care?
but me,
Like, you want me to care for you that some of y'all niggas don't even give a fuck?
I think we'd be shocked at how many of them don't care or just want to like.
I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
yeah,
then
at the
that-
end of the
like-
day, it's about a paycheck. It's not so much of what they believe.
Yeah, they
and stand
want
for.
their bread.
And
Yeah.
we mad because the influence of them. Like,
There's
overall.
that word again, influence.
I know. I'm bringing it
And
back.
then
You know
even
what
if
I'm saying?
even if you think about the reaction of YG kneeling saying I didn't agree with the EA Sports doing that, but none of them said, "Man, pull my song off the game." Not one of them said that. So if it wasn't on EA Sports to be like, we're going to put it back up there. If the EA Sports would have forced their hand, like a lot of racist people who own business are forcing people's hand, like the NFL is forcing people's hand, what would the rappers do? We don't care. I don't care about, I stand with Kaepernick and I didn't want them to take this. I didn't agree to this. But you still let the EA Sports use your likeness to sell their games.
So you're
your
saying,
song
like, you
to
still
sell
saying
their
that
game.
I
That's
agree.
what
I mean,
thinking
I
about
agree
Snoop
with you. I
Dogg.
think you're
Snoop
right,
Dogg was
though.
like, "Yo, I'm with this." Like he's like, "Oh, it's okay. EA Sports don't do it again."
Yeah,
I'm like, but
you're saying they're all talk and they're not about action.
But he still
Yeah.
like that's the NFL.
Okay.
And it's a problem for me with our leaders because it's not seeming like you want to be, in my opinion, it's not seeming like all these people want to be equal.
Yeah.
They want to be in the same position as they are, as in the inferior and boss worker type relationship with the white man in America, but they want the white man to respect them. They're talking about, okay, you sorry, don't do it again. And I'm not okay with that position. And I don't think we're going
What position are you okay with?
Equality.
So you think for a
And
greater
we're
cause,
not, African Americans and our leaders are saying we want equality, but they're not acting as if they want equality because they're begging for the NFL to allow. How you beg the NFL to let you protest the NFL? What kind of shit is that?
What kind of shit is that, nigga? I'm with this.
Yeah.
You got me riled up.
So it just,
But it's virtue signaling.
so you
basically.
essentially just feel like if they're going to make a difference, they should have pulled out long time ago just to be like, listen, I'm not going to play the game. If that's what I truly believe.
If that's what my point
You're
is.
just saying, so you were saying that they're virtue signaling. They're acting as if they're about the cause when
You really ain't about
They
that
really-
shit.
I don't think that they're acting. I think they really believe it. I just
they're
don't
not
think
taking
that
They're not ready to.
I don't think that they know what it costs to be free and
They're not
to
ready to
fight
take
for
that pay
equality.
they're
cut.
not willing to make
Yeah.
the sacrifice.
they don't know what Ali been through. They just look at, and it's still white supremacy because they look at history as no one could escape racism in this country. No one could escape.
Well, and I think a lot of it has to do with the backgrounds of a lot of athletes. Like, even if you listen to the Football Hall of Fame, like Ray Lewis gave his entire speech about his mom, like, well, we made it, you know? I think because of the backgrounds they came from, they're not ready to sacrifice the luxurious life that they built in order to take a stance.
Okay, and that's fine.
And I think that's what it is. I mean, and I agree with you. I think you're right. If you're going to hold your opinions that strong and protest the right way, or, you know, kind of go all in about it. I think the reason why it's so hard for them is because a lot of these African American football players came from such rough lives that they're not ready to let go of their empire that they built.
But the thing about it is, it's only going to take it's not only going to take 4 years tops. It's not going to take that long.
But what great black athlete didn't come from some sort of struggle that's willing to put aside their life and their money and
But I'm about to go ahead and drop this bomb on the.
Drop a bomb.
No, because I agree with you. I just think that's what they're.
Bro, we've been getting lawyered all day.
Let me tell you.
Let me tell you.
I'm gonna speak this, and it's kind of a different situation.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you about someone who's free. And right when I think, I don't know what year it is exactly, but it had to be like, I would say 5 years ago. Someone wasn't being treated right in his industry, and he left it.
Hold on, let me guess.
Is this one? Did this man drop one of the great albums? But does this man have? Was it Kanye West? Is that who we're talking about?
Oh, come on. We're talking about Kanye again?
You didn't
No,
know who
we're
it
not.
was?
We're not really, but I'm talking about the same people who are kneeling went against Kanye West, and he was the only one bold enough to do what he needed to do. And now his company has $1 billion valuation, and he brings not only that on his own, he said what he said about slavery, and no one dropped him. People threatened to boycott him and Adidas came out saying, no, we stand by Kanye West. You know why? Because he's bringing in billions of dollars to that company, and he could do what he wants.
Because he had the support to do it.
Because he took his own fan base and he took his own thing and built his own instead of being controlled by the NFL. And he went to debt and sacrificed 4 years. He sacrificed his music career and his fashion career. He went to debt. Almost lost his wife. His life was in shambles. And he did that. So NFL, NBA players got to do the same thing unless you content with not being treated well.
Yeah. Don't cry about it if you don't want to do shit.
And he only asked for 5% of royalties with Nike, and Nike didn't respect him to do that. And not only that, LeVar Ball followed him and tried to build his own company and wanted a partnership deal for his son instead of a deal. And they laughed him out of the room. And Nike went on TV and said, LeVar Ball is a joke, and he's a joke, and he's ruining basketball and basketball shoes. So for them to even come out and say that about someone and their child when they want to do business with them. So when you start demanding respect and demanding better deals for yourself as a black man, you're a joke and you're bad for the industry. No. Slavery and
He's funny though. So he is a joke.
But
Touche.
slavery and white supremacy is around us all the time.
Yeah.
And it's only going to be a problem when we start standing up for ourselves.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my boss I need a raise. Like, she's bugging. I'm black.
Bashir, don't you come to work late every day?
Yo, shut up, man. People listen to this shit.
They could be
People listen to this. Look, remember that, Alpha?
they just
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop it.
But that's my stance on the racism and all this stuff. And I think that we haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg of racism because African Americans are still at the worker-employee relationship with the white man. Once we start really knowing ourselves and really start building our own businesses and we start challenging them, then we're going to really see true racism. If we can't handle it now, we're not going to be able to handle it then.
Lawyered. Yo, I'm actually really curious to see how you approach the urban situation.
Oh,
Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
oh, let's go.
Okay,
let's go.
let me give a general timeline first because we're going to state the facts and then we'll get into the nitty gritty.
I like
Okay.
this.
So 2009 was the first domestic abuse allegation for Zach Smith.
Yeah.
And it was in Florida, right? So he did get arrested and Urban and Zach were a team then. He got arrested, but he got released because all charges were dropped. 2015 came along and again, domestic abuse charges came. But I don't think he was actually charged. I think there was talk of it or something. And last month or in June during the Big Ten media conference or whatever, Urban claimed that when they asked him, he claimed that he was not aware of any of the domestic abuse going on with Smith and his wife. And a month later, well, actually a couple days ago, Urban claimed he did know and that he was caught off guard with the media saying that, oh no, I did know. I didn't realize I failed to answer the question properly. So that's essentially what happened. Smith did get fired last month, but now Urban is on paid leave. So what is everyone's stance on this?
Fire him. Bye.
Get him out.
I don't know why you say that.
Because no one person's bigger than the brand, and you should have fired this dude
Early.
So can I ask something? So it was out in the public that he was arrested for domestic abuse. Was Gene Smith, this was Florida. So then Gene Smith, our AD right now, knew about the 2015 allegations because Urban claimed that he took the right protocols. Like the right authorities were were notified. They were all involved, but no charges were made in 2015.
He needs to go too.
Fire Gene
He
Smith
needs to go too.
Right, I agree. But I guess in my thing, it's not like a whole Joe Paterno where it was actually under the wraps. Like it was a cover up. Everything was out in the open. I understand Urban should have fired him, whether he did it or not, because here's the thing. Zach Smith also went on 105.1 or something. And they asked him, he's like, I did not do anything illegal. Our marriage is volatile. I understand that we've had terrible fights. He claimed he was arrested in 2009 because the fight happened at 3 a.m. and it was really bad. But he did claim he didn't.
Really bad.
He claimed that he wasn't.
Do you actually believe him though?
No, I'm not saying I do. I think the reason why he should have been fired is because I don't think you need that kind of association with the university. That was Urban's first mistake. His second mistake was fumbling his words on the Big Ten media. And his third mistake was then.
We're talking about a bum wide receivers coach. Cut this guy loose.
Yeah.
Just because he's Earl Bruce's grandson. Fuck that guy. That guy looked like. I'm sorry. This pisses me off because
Yeah, you let it out.
No, this is because I listened to the radio for the first time since 2009.
Damn.
And I'm hearing these Ohio State fans legitimately call this girl a gold digger, a whore, and what's her motive for coming out? And I'm like, you know what?
She was pregnant too, right?
Yeah, he beat his pregnant wife. Every negative stereotype you ever heard about an Ohio State fan, I heard on that. I think it was Wednesday when all this came out.
Well, and recently too, text message conversations came out with Shelly Myers, and I think there was a couple other football wives too, where it was communicated that she was abused and that she had feared.
Yeah,
I think have a lot of problems with this.
Okay, go ahead.
I think there's a lot of holes to the story.
First of all, if this is domestic violence, there are records. He was arrested or he was being looked into by the government. He was indicted to a certain extent and charges were dropped. So there's
times.
Well, charges weren't filed.
Well, charges were filed in 2009.
Okay,
he was arrested.
The 2015 incident, the Powell police didn't report it.
I think it was reported.
It was reported,
it
didn't file.
They didn't file charges.
Right,
okay.
but it
But
was
the thing
reported.
about it is, that's all still weakens her case. Because if it was as severe as she's saying it, not saying that it wasn't, it would have been filed. So it's more people that should be taking the blame than Urban. Because the police, who didn't do anything when domestic violence is clearly number one on a lot of people's city codes.
In fact, I think
that's one thing.
The Delaware DA came out and said that or asked the police department why wasn't this case report or why weren't they why wasn't he charged at all? I think she came out and said, I forget her fucking name.
And then not only
Courtney
you showing
not I'm saying the DA.
Oh.
And then not it's public. So if we're saying that Urban should have fired him, Urban I look at as a football genius. He wins. So I don't care about if I'm Urban and I'm doing football. I don't care about personal, all that other stuff and public opinion. I think that the organization, the football organization, the school, those people should have fired him.
This is where we disagree because he said in the past that he cares. That's what I'm saying. He has said that I don't condone domestic violence.
He went out his way to say
exactly. Let me argue to Anthony's case. I agree. Does Urban failed morality? I think at the end of the day, if he could have taken action, it could have been to fire him. But playing devil's advocate, authorities were informed. It's not like it was hidden. It's not a Joe Paterno thing where he turned a blind eye. Both times authorities were notified. His fault was fumbling his words, not answering questions properly.
You can fire people based off of morality.
But another thing about that.
I don't think he should
the football organization, I think it's a whole problem with the whole setup of college football, period. You try to police people's life, even the players. Like, I think that you should have a person, the organization as the whole, because you let players and coaches and all these other people take the fall when the university and the team knew about it.
Yeah.
So they're using Urban as a scapegoat, in my opinion, because if everybody knew about it, he fumbled his word because you put him in front of the camera. If you put your PR in front of the camera and they fumble their words, they probably wouldn't because it's their job to know PR. So only reason Urban is even in front of the camera talking about anything other than football is because the university makes him. So he only fumbled his word because
he was caught off guard.
He was caught off guard.
And because they are required to do press conference.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm not saying that he was like no hand in this. But at the end of the day, his claim is Zach Smith still claims, I did not do anything illegal. I didn't hurt my wife. I'm not saying I believe him. I don't. But you're also talking about a relationship between Urban and Zach that goes back to 2009. And he's not friends with his wife. He claims, okay, the charges were dropped twice. Nothing was truly filed. I'm believing him because I also think there was also claims where and again, I'm sure that the abuse might have driven her to this. She would show up to practices wasted and start beating on him.
Okay, so it
was clearly a very
I gotta ask this question. Are we clouding our judgment because we're Ohio State fans?
No.
Oh, okay,
I'm really not an Ohio State fan.
When it came out the Michigan State, when Tom Izzo and Mike D'Antoni were, maybe they didn't penalize the players that were going around sexually assaulting these women. I said those guys should lose their jobs.
Okay.
Period. Like
did they know?
Yeah.
Did they do anything about it?
All right.
Did they report anything to the
they say that
authorities?
they didn't know. They say that they didn't know, but come on.
Oh.
And we're talking about a basketball team. It's like 10 players on there.
But what
come
I'm
on,
saying is,
like,
but that's what we're saying. Did they report? But Urban did report it. He didn't
no, that's
turn
what he
a blind
said.
eye.
That's what we're gonna figure out if he reported it or not. That's what the investigation
right,
is.
and
If he
that's
took.
why I think there are a lot more holes to the story than to say let's fire Urban.
I'm saying, I'm saying let's fire Urban Meyer and Gene Smith. You're the face of a university, and morality does kind of play a part in it for me personally in this case. But I think you should have gotten rid of that guy a while ago, and if you didn't, I think the university should get rid of Gene Smith if he knew, which it's kind of looking like he did.
And I'm following your logic because you're getting rid of the bad seeds and saving the brand.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But I think that people involved with the brand at the higher level are bad seeds too. So it would just be scapegoating to get rid of these people who are mainly involved.
Even the president, Because they were talking about maybe the president should go down with.
I'm thinking
Gordon Gee got fired after what 3 inappropriate
Sure. Well,
comments?
and then if I want to stay consistent, then take.
He has to go.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I see.
Do you
Well,
think
I follow what you're
everybody-
doing.
you think
like,
President Drake should be out too?
Yeah, if
Because this was last year.
I think
you should
every-
know about this.
Yeah.
I
That's the
think
shit you
everyone
should know.
under that logic, everyone who was involved and knew about it should go.
Bye, and I'm fine with cool.
Okay.
Nobody's bigger than the brand.
Well, I feel that.
Ohio State was winning football games before Urban Meyer was here. They'll win afterwards.
Well, I
you have a
feel that.
lot of talent in the state of Ohio. You can recruit the state and still get talented players. It's at what point do we put somebody getting their ass beat? Like, I mean, she was getting beaten when she was pregnant, and you're saying football games matter more than that? I'm a huge Ohio State fan, but that doesn't supersede that.
My opinion on this is just like, at what point do we stop doing this shit? Like, why can't Ohio State just take a stance and just say, no, we're not going to get rid of Urban Meyer just because of some shit that some he says, she says shit, because they actually respect.
They're also afraid of the media. Like, the media will make that a news story.
But that's why we
forever.
got to. But I'm saying no, they won't.
Yes, they will.
because
That's why we
literally
get
something
people like
like
Donald
Kim Kardashian is about to come up next week, and that's everyone's
I
going to
think
forget
it's a
about
little
it.
different
He's
when.
betting on that though.
Yeah.
See, but it
on that.
happens though.
It's a
It
little
It'll
does
get real
happen.
worse.
It'll get worse. It would get worse.
For me personally,
And the
none of
brand's
this,
fucked.
none of this addresses domestic violence. You
Sure.
can fire whoever you want.
Sure.
It doesn't address domestic violence.
Like
And
I said.
we still got to look into her story. Why? She said, I listened to her interview. She said she told her parents, she told his parents, she told the player's wife.
Yeah.
Mm.
Why didn't she try that hard to get her case brought to trial? Why didn't she come to the media sooner? What did her parents say? What did her family say?
Maybe because they didn't do shit about it.
Yeah, her
Like
parents.
say you came up to your parents and shit and nothing's happened.
Her
You're like,
parents
fuck.
even told her to stay quiet.
I'm saying,
That's-
so
you're scared,
why is she coming out and trying to say that domestic
Now?
violence is bigger than football? Why isn't domestic violence bigger than your family and everyone else who turned a blind eye and who had a duty before Urban to show you and take care of you?
They're all there. Hey, mind you,
Yeah,
I
she's
think her
coming at
parents
Urban
are.
and football.
She coming at Urban?
Yeah.
Well, Zach Smith, really, I think so, because he released a statement saying,
She's coming after Urban.
Oh,
or-
why?
right, and
okay,
he,
she's bugging too.
He
Yeah,
said,
she's bugging.
no,
She could be
I don't want
over.
Urban involved in any of this. I mean, he was the one that was like, I mean, he is fired. He got fired last month, right? Officially,
Yeah.
he was fired last month.
If you go at Urban, you're saying that you're going after the big story, in my opinion, if you heard. Because honestly, I think it's even more important and you'll
But
get
is
better.
that a tactic though? Is that a tactic like, yo, that's the loudest my words are going to be heard, so I have to go after the big dog?
Me personally, she could have went after the DA who didn't charge her
But
case.
is that going to get on the news?
Yes.
It's not going to be a bigger
It's not
news
gonna
story
be than Urban.
Urban Meyer's the
But
highest
football.
paid
But that's funny
public.
that you
But
said
that's
it's
a
not
problem.
going to be a
Yeah,
big
that is
story.
a problem. That is a problem.
That's the
It is
problem
a
right
big
there.
story.
I'm not
It's a
arguing.
big
I'm not
story
even.
because Urban
I'm not
But
even
if we're
arguing.
staying with Alpha's logic
I
about
don't-
everyone
I'm-
needs to go, then
Then
she went for the
goes
biggest
to-
fish.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
She-
noise.
I don't even care if
is
she
it
wanted
her
to make,
going after
here's the
him?
thing. What
That's
we're
what
doing,
she said.
I think it's people behind her.
What we're doing here, is saying,
It's
well,
tactic,
she's
that's what I'm
going
saying.
after the big news story. I don't care.
She's getting one of them.
Good.
You gotta
fine.
hook one
You got him.
to get the O.
Cool. She went after the biggest guy. Great. Cut him loose.
So what if Urban sent some people, because he have money, to dig into her life and dig into everything she was involved in?
if we find out that she lied, which I don't think she lied at all, but if
I
we
think
find
there's
out
truth
that
to it. I agree.
I think,
there's truth to it.
I'm pretty sure she
No
was.
one's denying that this person was not.
No, and I get it. It's an ongoing investigation. We'll see. We also got to bring up the fact that they owe him $38 million if they do fire him, and he's going to want that bread.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
As with any human being.
See, my thing is though, with the media, no matter what the story is, there's always a snowball effect with it. So it could have started off small. I really don't think. I mean, this is me, my opinion. I don't know if she would have actually gone after Urban initially. That doesn't sound right to me. I feel like there's somebody or some reporter that's making it bigger than what it seems, and it's
Well,
snowball.
that's why
Urban
Urban
Meyer
fired. That's why
sent-
Urban fired Zach Smith, is because a reporter went public with it. He claims he didn't fire Zach Smith because charges were dropped the first time, and the second time no charges were made.
They knew. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we're going. You guys are doing the tactical. Hey, we got to look at the facts, all that, and that's fine. I'm literally just going off of. Do I think that the guy knew? Do I think that Urban Meyer knew that Zach Smith
But
was being his
at
wife?
the end of the day, he claims, yeah, he knew.
I think he knew. Yeah, he
Yeah,
knew.
That's
So
it.
then-
That's
That's
it. That's what I'm saying.
And
That's it.
And this
He
isn't a
knew.
court. And this isn't a court of law though. Like you can fire somebody just off of. Hey, I think that you did that. You knew. I'm going to fire you.
I don't want
Now-
that seed around me.
But
Yeah,
what-
Do you
I
think
know.
there's justice done in that?
But what are we going?
Yeah.
Where are we going? First of all,
I understand there's a snowball
in
effect.
my
how it can-
point, if I was in Urban's shoes, this person has been with me for a long time. He's basically like family to me.
It's a bum receiver coach.
What? Yeah.
I know.
So
I
at
understand.
what point are you going to sacrifice your friendship, your relationship, his job, because of him beating his wife. And we don't know what she did in any of the situations. She could have been beating him.
That's your position as the head nigga. Like, you got to separate that. Like, my dude, you're doing this right now? Go get a job over here. I'll give you a job over here. Try to figure out. And I'm going to try to figure out your life. But you're going to eventually fuck up my money because I know you're around me. You don't want... If Alpha's out here robbing banks...
But I don't think that people
girls,
should
I don't mind hanging out with them.
But I don't think people should be...
Thank you.
But if it's not enough to bring you criminal charges... If it's not enough proof to get you criminal charges, I don't think it should be enough proof to make you lose your job.
I think what we're saying is the public shaming,
like moral thing. My bad.
Yeah.
Like moral thing. Like, yo, you might have put hands on your pregnant wife. You might. I don't care about like you did it or not. You might have. That's a word already. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stop talking to you, or if we're really family. But I don't want you around me.
Is might good enough to make you lose your job in your future?
No, I'm gonna try to help you get your job somewhere else.
There's more things.
I don't want it
hooked
on me.
There's a pattern there. It wasn't just a one-off
But
incident.
both of those patterns didn't even substantiate to criminal charges.
You're taking
criminal charges is the white man choosing who to charge.
No,
that nigga got money to not get charged.
No. That's not how it works.
What happened?
If you have criminal charge, it's a miscarriage of justice for you not to charge that person. If you can't.
So did she get beat or not? That's the word.
We got to find that. We got to find out.
I mean, there's photos of her bruised up. And I saw the interview where he said, "Well, you know."
Well, no, there's not just there was a specific text that went out about their trip to Cancun or Punta Cana or something like that, where he was strangling her. Punta Cana, where he was strangling her. And I know you were looking.
What do you mean, like strangling her?
He said something about like all the cheating and lies, like remember in Punta Cana when he said the abuse got worse. So he already openly claimed that he abused her. His thing was in 2009, and I think this is a direct quote, he said, basically that Urban knew, he just let the due process roll out. So he's like, the authorities were a
You
part
want
of
to hang out with that nigga? You want that nigga still on your staff?
I mean,
that's what I don't get.
It's not about that was in Florida.
I'm still in Florida. Right. You still want that nigga in your staff?
2015,
brought him back.
He claims. Here's the
OSU, and you're right. OSU
here's the
hired him.
discrepancy.
Let Susan talk.
Smith is claiming that Urban didn't know in 2015. Urban 2 months ago claimed he didn't know, and now is claiming he knew. That's another thing.
That's enough.
That's
like,
That's a fireable offense.
See,
I mean, you're allowed to lie to the media.
Yo, are you gonna do a crime with niggas that are fumbling like that, my nigga?
No.
Oh, then I don't want you on my
but
squad.
I'm gonna say this though. So let's say Urban did know. He heard about it. He got a text message. Okay, so-and-so got the cops came.
Let's say, come on.
So, all right.
He knew.
Okay. All right. So, all right. He goes to work the next day. And the higher-ups know, let's be honest, because Nationwide and Ohio State bring in all the money to this city. They all know. So, so it's just like, to me, it's just like.
So did he send that note to someone else to fire him?
Or is that his
exactly.
Job? Yeah, it's not.
But is that not Urban's job to fire your staff?
I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. But it's his job at the same time.
It's his job, but it's other people's role too.
We'll fire a receiver. We'll fire people if they make the wrong call at the goal line. Come on.
Bro, but at the same time, like if it when it comes to legal crimes, bro, like you need to get that notification from a higher up.
He's justifying. Urban's justifying he didn't fire Smith because
he didn't get.
There were no charges.
Okay, so then he's separating.
Nobody's saying
Urban.
he didn't. But here's the thing: you're accusing him of covering it up when he didn't cover it up. It was always out there in the public. What you need to be upset about is his flipping the story. But at the end of the day, it was always out there in the open.
I think I'm more upset at OSU fans that are shitting on the girl. That's what I'm.
That's crazy.
No, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about you guys.
That's crazy.
I agree with Anthony. I think there were many different routes she could have gone. She went down the route of Urban, and I get that, and that's fine. And that's.
So you don't think he should be fired? Who thinks he should be? What's going on right now? Y'all don't think?
I don't think he should be fired. I think.
I'm not ready for him to be fired until more comes out.
I think that. I think as of now, I don't think we should fire me. It's just me standing on my stance of, okay, what if we let any profession do that? Oh, you might have done this, or it's looking like
Especially
you
during
may
a
have
time
done
like
this.
during
Okay,
the Me Too
You may
movement.
have done this.
So you need more
we
information.
need more. That's
Okay,
someone's
I'm with that.
livelihood.
I'm with that.
You can't
keep
pay
the
your
suspension.
My thing is,
I don't even think they should have suspended him. I think that drew more attention to it for real.
they had
But they had to. I understand every side of it. You got to do what you got to do. But we letting the media. I think that's the worst place. The media.
Yeah.
The same people who are telling people that African Americans are dangerous.
different. Well,
Same
different.
people who are
But no,
telling
it's the
Kay she looks great at
same.
119.
It's the same media.
Bring back.
It's the same. I don't think the media should be moving
Handling
anything.
shit.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Nothing.
fine.
Nothing.
My number one point is the brand is bigger than anybody else.
And I agree with
if
that.
you're
Yeah, I
fucking
agree
with
with
the
that.
brand, you got to go.
That's it.
I agree with that.
But I think we got to start calling
I
out
don't
this
think
media,
anyone
man.
needs to
You
be
think-
fired until there is more information out
Because
there.
they cut them all
Public
loose.
opinion
I'm tired.
court
Like,
is
it's already a
wild.
clusterfuck.
If you're a mob boss and you have one of your niggas out here just wilding, you're like, yo,
I hate I'm not a
you're
big
done.
fan of the media
'Cause
either.
You
but,
making too much noise.
but if it's a national news story, like it's on
make too
the
much
nightly
noise.
news, bro. This is too much.
Why can't you
If
fight
this is
for
a
your
business,
employees?
if this is
Why
a
can't you
business,
fight for your
you don't.
employees? Why can't
If
you?
they're tarnishing the brand, I'm not fighting for
But
it.
it's going to be it's going to.
So you're just going
we-
to cut everybody
We're going.
that
We're
even
going.
brings any
We're
sort
going
of-
to be at a
Yeah.
point.
Okay, I don't agree with that.
yeah.
We're going
I
to-
went to OSU and I don't agree with
that's
it.
fine.
And I really think that it means more to me that they're going to stand by a coach until the facts are out.
Yep.
As a
That's what
former
that's
OSU
morally.
student,
That's what I call
feel.
moral.
okay,
that's you
what are
guys.
the facts? What are the
That's you
facts that
guys.
are out?
I'm
So
saying
say the
I'm
facts
worried.
come
I mean,
out.
the facts are out. It was never a secret that Zach Smith was abusing.
You need that to happen.
It's already out.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
not. Urban did not cover it up. It's not. Do not compare it. First of all, to Penn State.
I'm not
because
comparing it to
nobody did.
nothing now.
That's one thing that I won't condemn is everybody was like, "Oh, Joe Paterno knew." No, I don't. Whether he knew or not, it's the same thing. Urban knew.
This is a whole
and
different
it was,
situation.
but
yeah.
it was already directed to
Yeah.
the right authorities. It
Okay,
was. It
okay,
was
so no, you're
it's
saying you're
surpassing
waiting for the
university.
facts to come out. What are these facts
If-
that y'all want to come out?
Basically,
That
everything.
will change your mind. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to know.
If I don't
If
know,
it was reported.
me personally, I'm not waiting for any facts. I just
Yeah, I
think
think
that
this
if he,
is what people.
I just think that if he couldn't get criminal charges and she couldn't get criminal charges based on these incidents, and we need a higher standard more than might of, we just know you was abusing.
I do agree with this.
We don't know what she contributed to. She could have been fighting on him, like you said that.
That's like the whole Chris Brown and Rihanna thing.
So
Everybody heard two sides of the story, and like you guys were the one defending Chris
We-
Brown. Like, listen, she was just
I
as
ain't
abusive.
defend. I didn't defend.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
totally
think
honest.
that-
Literally
I watched
said
the
that this
documentary.
girl
I'm with
was
Riri.
out in practices, pregnant or not pregnant, out at practices beating on Zach Smith while she was wasted.
So I don't think domestic violence is good in no way. I think he should get some help, but I don't think we should be on a crusade and firing everyone just because what she said and no one's trying to look into what she
think- but
contributed.
in
to
the-
I think we got to hold people responsible
Accountable.
for.
I just don't
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like.
Yo,
I agree with that.
And I agree, but
And
we need to
that's
hold
fine.
her
Hold
responsible
them
for her actions
accountable.
too. We need to hold everyone
I just
All
don't
right,
think
responsible.
there's
but yo,
anything
Zach's gone, right?
deeper.
Hold on. For OSU, Zach's gone, right?
Yeah.
Urban's out here saying, "Yo, we out here counseling. We trying to take care of this this family. We're in touch with them. This is family." And then it comes out that he's beating this wife. So you go and you
So-
lying about it as a
Wait,
as a
what do you
person.
mean? What do you mean counseling? What are you saying?
Didn't they come out like, yeah, we counseled with them. Me and Shelly counseled with this couple. A lie?
I don't know about.
I
Not
don't
a thing?
know if that was.
All right, I might be making something up.
My thing is, I think people are
But
trying to make.
you gotta hold him
I think
accountable.
people are trying to make the situation more corrupt than it is. I think that yes, the more I agree with Alpha. I think that morality kind of did leave the window, but I don't think that this was kept so hidden that it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that Urban hid all this.
So you got to talk into the top of the mic, like
I don't like
Yeah, like
Curtis's
that. Yeah, like
freaking
that.
microphone. I don't know. I don't think that we should be going on a firing spree. I don't think that's okay. I think that there are some discrepancies to her story. I think that Urban made the mistake of saying one thing a month ago and changing his thoughts. I think that happens when you're under that kind of fame and scrutiny. I think, unfortunately, he didn't handle himself well to the public eye. But that sucks because the university, though, right now,
I say fire him. I mean, I
It's too loud.
understand your guys'
That's a
points.
university point.
That's fine.
Kind of too loud.
I
right?
really do think the brand
What's that?
is
Didn't
more important than
I heard that
anything.
OSU flew out Bob Stoops like that night
We're
of.
talking about Ohio State. They're going to be able to get a great. I don't know if Bob Stoops is coming out of retirement, but maybe they might have flown.
But
him
you
out.
know what? Urban's going to get a job, and he's going to take his recruit.
And he's gonna win.
But the thing about
He's
it
a winner.
is, it's going to be a time when people start standing by their people, which I think is honorable. and it's going to be bad because we're not allowing people to stand by people in this situation. I think this is an understandable situation. Domestic violence is bad, but you're not going to fire the problem away. He wasn't convicted. And I think if he was convicted and he's trying to cover it up, that would be worse. But in this situation, for Urban to try to stand by him, at least for a little while, to try to see and wait for the legal process, the due process, something that is very important to go through. I think that's honorable. And if we start firing around people like that, we're going to have people stand up for unreasonable things. And that's what I believe would happen with Trump. Yeah. That's what it is. Because we didn't allow Obama to be free and do what Obama needed to do. And then we got a person who don't give a fuck about nothing. And it's going to be a person who don't give, because money is going to start ruling. People will love that Urban Myers, and they go let
money ruling. What do you mean money?
It's already
money ruling.
It's going to have people saying, "I'm willing to sacrifice money to make money."
Yeah.
And Urban is a perfect example. If someone pick him up,
they're making money.
You want to talk about a human making mistakes?
What was your position on this? You say
gone.
Yeah,
I don't think he should be gone, but what I think is going to happen is he's going to
be gone.
Because I don't think anything. This is
because it's going to be a media circus, and
for the name.
Regular OSU fans may not care for what the media thinks. They are going to ride with Urban. That's fine, but the university does care about what the media thinks.
But watch this: the university is going to pay him the rest of his money he's due.
Yeah,
he's probably going to take a year off, and he's going to sign with a team, and he go hand it to OSU as every year.
Probably going to go to a team.
Probably go to NFL.
He good. We're not saying he's not good. He's going to win somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
I don't like this whole situation because I know he's going to be gone as a football player.
Well, I'm mad at him.
Watch what happens if he go to another college and he has to play OSU. Watch what happens to the fans when Urban beat OSU.
Watch that. Fans suck though in general.
Watch that media and watch that.
Sure.
Watch how that affects money.
Sure.
Watch if he
Sometimes
can't.
Sometimes I don't like being an OSU fan.
No, because
if he can't get the recruits that they once did, because it's all about winning and recruits. If OSU can't get those same recruits without Urban,
well, he is a skilled recruiter.
He is.
If he can't get those same recruits, and the team goes down, and the value goes down. You gotta risk that.
Hey, some other coaches might go down with it too. Position.
Fickle is one of them that was mentioned. Like 2015 was when.
The thing about even with recruiting though, it's not necessarily Urban will go there to finalize the kid coming to OSU, but it's usually a position coach that's going out there. But so depending on so let's just say Larry Johnson, who's the defensive end coordinator, because our D line is the best, probably the best in the country. Yep. All right. If he knew, which I don't think he did, he came on board like 2 years ago. So if he knew, then he goes, then I'm going to say, okay, that's going to be a snowball effect. But you also got to look at the state of Ohio. There's always talented kids here.
There's going to be another Urban Meyer.
But do the kids want to come? A lot of players.
The brand means a lot.
It's not in my opinion, like Alabama. One of my friends. When
Fickle was a coach.
One of my friends.
That was
just he was a fill-in coach.
Right, but nobody knew Urban was coming then.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big job to like.
It's a big time job.
You got
to pick the right guy.
This whole scandal is going to keep recruits from coming to OSU.
Oh yeah.
If they, let me ask this question.
That's crazy.
Since we're bringing this up, because if you keep Urban Meyer on board, how do you sell that to recruits?
I think people.
I don't think kids are worried about that.
No, parents care. Parents care.
They don't care about that.
Football players. Football players. He knows he's a great coach.
Football player parents. Let me tell you, I come from a football household.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care about no domestic violence.
This nigga's gonna make my kid an NFL star. I want him. I want him on the.
They want money. They poor.
They won't care. Like a football parent.
They need someone.
I mean, we can't.
It's not a pet situation where they might not want to be associated, but it's more of like it's an individual that we're talking about.
Can he get me to the league?
Yeah, he can get me to the league.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I like what you're saying. That snowball effect, like his crew, Urban's crew.
There's going to be position coaches that might go down.
I'm going to sound like not the best person, and I will agree. I do come from a little bit of a biased background. I'm not ready for anyone to get fired right at this time because I just think it was a lot of stupidity in play. I do not think that I'm not questioning his character. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not questioning his character.
I don't know him as a person.
Because he did not hide anything. And at the end of the day, that's what I believe. It was not something that was, I knew about it. Let's just not talk about it. Let's put it under the rug.
I gotta ask you guys something. What if this were any other school? Would we be saying?
I would still say the same thing.
Really?
For real.
Okay. I mean, I would still. I'm keeping my position regardless.
I mean, but
so
the
same thing with Michigan State.
Did they know? Is what
I think they did. I don't know. They said that they didn't know, but we're talking about a basketball team too. Like there's 10 players. You know.
I just think it's kind of dumb when it.
Well, then we go back to what Driss's point was the rosters.
Smaller.
Football teams.
I mean, this is a coach. This is a coach.
It's a
though.
coach.
There's still a lot of coaches.
We got to do better as a society and as a team. Anything we got to do better with the people that we have around us. So I agree with that. We have to take care of these issues.
There's just way too many blurred lines.
This is not about the issues. This is about PR and media.
Yeah, you're right.
And I agree with everyone's stance on that situation, but when do we actually address the issues?
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
To me, it's crazy because I feel like
Well, that's the reson why I was scolding the OSU fans. I was like, I'm scolding them more than Urban. Like the fact that you can get on the radio and literally call her a gold digger.
That's crazy.
that's
and
a little abrasive.
I think that's the reason why I got
whole Me
annoyed.
Too
That's a little
movement. That's
abrasive.
like undermining somebody's being a victim.
Yeah.
You can't undermine that.
I think as a city, we should. I mean, this is me coming as a biased OSU fan. We should just like support our urban. I said our urban.
I'm not. Here's where we differ.
Like,
I support the brand. I never support an individual. When these football players go onto the NFL, I don't follow what they do.
Isn't the
I
brand
mean,
made up
but-
of the people?
Sure,
Yeah.
but nobody's bigger than that one brand. Nobody's bigger.
The brand is made up by the people.
I know it's made up of people.
A brand
I'm saying
doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes
Okay,
out of
but
people's
I'm
standards.
saying, all right. So I'm saying,
but I'm not.
Talk your
I'm
shit,
not-
Sumie.
But you back
Okay,
up.
let
But
me-
that. But
I
here's
know,
the
I know,
thing.
I'm waiting.
Let
As
him-
a university,
I'm waiting.
as a
Let him get the
university,
point out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my point was, yes, it's made up of a bunch of people, but the logo, the Ohio State University,
That's what
the
you care.
football program. There's people that come and they go regularly, but the brand is still there. It'll always be there.
Okay, so
and nothing supersedes
right
it.
now OSU is we're a top ranked team right now.
Third, I think.
Yeah, third. Okay, with this whole debacle going on, it's gonna make things a little unstable on there. We're not
I-
gonna.
I
it's
gotta-
gonna be
I don't think it's
unstable.
going to really affect us this year.
I think it
it's going
will.
to affect us next year.
I really think it will.
I got a good example, and I want to tie this to something we talked about earlier. You're talking about the brand,
Yeah.
and we're talking about a person that's affecting the brand, and we're talking about the media's perception of this person affecting the brand.
Is this about to be about Kanye again?
No,
No,
not
God.
about Kanye. We're talking about the person perception, and we're not talking about the person's right or wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not talking about if he's honorable or not.
Yeah.
And we know your same stance of protecting the brand and getting rid of the person, no matter if it's right or wrong, it's how the NFL and EA Sports feel about Colin Kaepernick.
Oh, I told you.
Sure.
I knew I was right.
Oh, yeah.
I just
Oh, I
want
don't
to,
think-
I just want to tie that. I just want to tie
Do you
that.
understand what he was asking?
Yeah. No. Did
Yeah.
Because I don't know if
I'm trying to say, did I argue that point with EA Sports being fucked up? I feel like they
No,
should-
I'm not
they-
saying that you argue. I just wanted to tie that to the
Oh, yeah,
listener,
yeah.
not to you.
No,
I
I
just want to
agree with
like
that.
tie.
I actually agree with that
how
point.
people like how
If
certain
it's-
situations.
So let's just say it's
that's how the
if it's affecting your bottom line,
yeah.
and you think that this song was affecting your bottom line, so you censored it. Okay,
That's what I was
Yeah.
trying to connect. That's my whole point
got
of
you,
saying
I
that
got
it
you.
wasn't
Yeah. No, I get it.
spiteful, and that's how the NFL is looking at it.
Sure.
As a brand, as a business, yeah, no, I don't care.
They don't they don't
but it is-
care.
it
Well, that's why I
just
brought up the fact
stupid,
that
though.
well,
Yeah.
70.
I'm with- okay.
They're looking at it from making money. 70% of the country is white. So who am I going to cater
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
yeah.
The majority of the
I just
country.
don't.
It's just crazy. So I think that in all situations, right is right, wrong is wrong.
That's it.
And if we're going to have a policy about certain things, we need to have. That's what the NFL problems with the NAACP, not NAACP, NCAA. I'm tripping. It's late night. I think that we need to have real policies about these issues and procedures we take when these things are.
That's what I'm saying. I think if he followed protocol, what is protocol for?
What exactly?
That is, what is
So,
it?
but so you're.
Is that the facts
But
coming
that's
out that
it.
you want
That
to
is
know?
the fact.
This
What
is-
is there a
Wait, wait,
protocol? There needs.
But that's where
a good
we
point.
That's
that's where we
No,
fundamentally that's where we fundamentally disagree.
And
I
if we
even
don't
care-
have a
I
protocol,
don't care
why
about
can't we
protocol.
wait for due process
Yeah.
and let the law?
Which is
well,
what
we
he
do.
did.
Yeah,
Which
that's-
is what
that's-
he did.
I'm not debating that point.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys.
But that's
on
why
that
I
point.
don't think that's means to fire
No,
somebody.
no.
is what I'm saying.
I understand where
But
you guys
he's
are
talking
coming
about the
from.
brand.
I'm literally talking
It's
about the brand.
loud.
Yeah.
It's too loud.
I just don't care about even if he followed protocol. Right now, it's a fucking media circus, and it's causing
Why you
more of
even
a.
suspend him? Yeah,
It's
you're
causing
right.
more
What
of
the
a.
fuck?
It's causing more
That's
of
what
a
I'm saying.
headache.
I think
Because they
the
have to show that they're being
suspension.
proactive.
Yeah, they have to
Everything
show-
is
yeah.
everything is
so
just
he is
for
getting
media.
fined.
It's all for show.
He's
but
what?
So he's gonna get fired.
He's getting
Honestly,
fired.
I think
I think he's
that's
getting
what it
fired.
is, right?
I don't know how you keep this guy on board.
He's
After
going to
this.
get. He's not going to get fired, in my opinion.
You don't
I
think,
think
he's
he
gonna get
is.
fired?
No,
Oh, because
I'm
he's gonna
using
get better.
words. I'm using
Yeah,
words.
yeah,
I'm
'cause
using
he'll-
words. They're going to pay him.
He's
They're
using
probably going.
words.
They're probably going to pay him more money than he's going to make that year that he works.
Oh, just to keep him quiet. You
They're
think?
going to pay him, and then he's going to leave. They're going to give him a severance package, and they go dress it up. Both sides are going to dress up to the media to make it seem like something good came out of this when nothing is being done for domestic violence and victims.
I said, yep.
That's what's going to happen. Urban's going to be fine. Just like Donald Sterling bought his team in the NBA for like 20-something million and he got billions when he left. They paid him off.
He's gonna eat. He's gonna eat.
So that's
Urban's
what's
gonna
going
be
to
good.
happen. He's not going to be with the team next year.
Do you think
Perception matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It does.
let me
It's
ask
all
you
money.
this. If
It's all
Urban
money.
stays
Yeah.
on board, are you going to view him differently in the university any different?
Not the brand, no. But I'm gonna be like, well, this is gonna
But
be
it's
a
the
media,
brand
it's
that
a-
didn't fire him.
but it's a media circus.
Mhm.
Right, I'm just asking, are
if
you
they
going to look
keep
at
it-
the brand differently for not firing Urban?
Yeah, I would
kind
too.
of
It's just like y'all stirred all this shit up for nothing.
For
Like,
nothing, and you kept them on board.
But he's
yeah.
still gonna be an OSU fan.
Yeah, of course. I'm.
Got it. So,
But
none of this shit
we're
really
looking
matters.
at
The
this like
importance of the
non-biased.
brand is like how
OSU
many.
is always going to be a controversial brand. You have to remember that.
And
This
he's
is just
disappointed.
another-
Maybe that's about it.
But me-
This disappointed.
I'm still disappointed in the way he handled the whole thing. He could have.
I do too.
Smarter.
I 100%
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I just think
I
it
like
was so
him.
stupid. It's like,
Yeah.
who let this man get on camera to fumble his words
Yeah,
like
who's
that?
who? Yeah, the PR
I
nigga gotta be
agree.
gone.
Even the
I
statement
agree.
that
Pretty sure
Urban
the
came.
PR guy's already
Yeah,
gone.
no,
he way
look,
gone.
look,
Oh,
I think
this
he
is
better
this is
try.
why
He
this
said
is
it.
why it
Let
looks
him
this
do
is
it.
why it looks so suspicious to me. Urban comes out with a fucking letter on
Twitter.
Friday.
It was
Yeah,
on
on
Twitter.
Friday, and then Zach Smith all of a sudden randomly, hey, I'm going to be on SportsCenter at 6:00. You know, of course their lawyers are talking to one another. They're like, all right, this is how we can sever things down. Fuck that shit. Come on, bro, you fucked up.
Mhm.
And again, back to the brand, which is all I'm focused on. I'm not even and the girl and the woman too. We keep
saying,
questioning.
I have
we
a
say
question.
brand, and
I
we're
mean,
not
I
talking
think
about
Smith is a
domestic
piece of shit.
violence.
I
Yeah,
think
oh,
Smith
we talking
is
about
a
it.
piece of
Yeah,
Question
shit.
about the chick. So are they like? What's the deal with her? They still together or like?
Nah,
No, they've been separated.
But they've been together. I mean, they're still together, like married.
No, they're
married.
divorced.
They're divorced.
Oh, they
divorced
are?
already.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Oh,
my
okay.
next question is like, why now? Like,
Oh yeah,
why?
but
Well, he was stalking her in April. And that's when she fired. Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. And Urban waited 2 more months to fucking fire the guy.
That's crazy.
so he knew exactly in April that he was stalking her.
Well,
Did she put
I
in
think
like
that
a-
was actually reported that she filed a restraining order on him.
But the-
Was it?
Yeah, that was reported that she
The
filed a
restraining order was approved.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he knew. So he still sat.
yeah,
on
you
it.
know, you gonna hear that as a head coach. Like, dog, you got a restraining order on what you do.
Yeah, the restraining order
Like,
was
that's when
And you wait 2
that's a
months.
moment right there. Like, all right, yo, you bugging. Now you bugging.
But
we got you help back then, but
what restraining
fired-
orders, you have a hearing for restraining protection
See, I don't
orders.
know.
When you have a hearing, you just could tell a person and they'll probably look at certain things. You have text messages. They'd be like, okay, this person may be a threat, but it's really not proven. Like,
so Urban
it's-
didn't know about it.
he's going to know if you get a protection order, but I'm just saying the standard of getting a protection order versus getting someone criminal time is
It's a lot
This
easier
is
to
what.
do.
This is
like,
what's even.
I could say some stuff about Bashir and show Bashir. You could say, yeah, Anthony, you're a fucked up person. I
Yeah,
could be showing
100%.
saying like, this
Facts.
person is texting me 20 times. Like I could show that to the judge and they could just look at my background and be like,
This is
okay, we're
what's-
going to
So we're
give you
gonna
protection.
drop you
this
from
is-
the, so we're gonna
so
drop
it
you from
depends
the
on the
podcast
restraining
for
order.
that.
Yeah.
This is what's
Why?
funny though.
No,
He-
so
he-
we're gonna drop you for the podcast because Anthony filed a restraining order against you.
He should.
This is what's funny about that though is that like when he did fire him, I believe that Brett, what's the guy's name who broke the story? Who cares? But the guy who broke the story, there was already snooping going around. First off, you got to hold the reporters in this city accountable because it's alleged that they actually knew what was going on too. They just didn't say shit. Because
Yeah, why didn't
There's a
anyone
lot of
leak
people
the
that
story in
should-
2015?
They
A lot of
should
people-
have. Yeah, you hold all those people accountable. Now, reporters aren't tied to the university, but still, like, if you have a
Trevor's gonna be the
story,
big fish.
But they're not getting fired.
well, they don't want to risk. The thing is, yeah, they didn't want to risk their jobs, and they live in Columbus. So if you're the reporter who broke that story, that could be a little. It could be a little difficult living here afterwards
Yeah.
because people will put a fucking football game ahead of other people's lives, which is wild.
That's ridiculous.
This
Which is why
Columbus, Ohio.
I'm extraordinarily annoyed at like OSU fans. I think that's who we like the way they handled some, not all.
But me personally, it makes sense. People are going to react like that, even though they shouldn't. So if you're going to put this media on yourself, and I believe that the spotlight could be an interrogation lab really quickly and she's going to get her. Like this victim is going to get a lot of people look into her life, and a lot of bad things are probably going to come out. That's probably going to make the person, her ex-husband, look like a saint. And that's going to be, and then that's going to hurt the movement, the Me Too movement, and domestic violence victims more than this dent in OSU football.
Yeah.
So either way it go, domestic violence is still taking a hit instead of being addressed.
It's funny. It's funny how it is though. Everybody, because I was talking to my dad about this. He takes your guys' stance. It might be me and Bashir that are the only people who are like, yeah, get rid of this guy.
No, my dad feels the same way too. I mean, he openly was like, "That's shitty."
Yeah. But it's funny how everybody's in favor. Everyone's like, "Yeah, domestic violence is horrible," until it affects it's close to home and it's about football and winning games. Then it's like, well, I mean, we really need to look into this, and we need to do our due diligence. It's like, nah, bruh, come on. Again, back to the brand. You're fucking up the brand. You got to go.
I just wish media wouldn't take so much
I don't
control.
Like media.
Yeah.
I don't like
I don't love the media.
A lot.
I don't love, but I don't love the media either. But guess what? You could have Urban Meyer could have prevented all of this. Yes, he could have. If he took get rid of this bum ass receiver coach. He sucked.
I agree. I mean, I will say that's the mistake he made, and I understand that. I don't think it's grounds to fire him. That's what that's my belief. Yeah. I'm not denying the fact that he made a mistake. He made a terrible mistake. Was it horrific? As in, like,
it's not illegal.
Didn't do anything about it? No, I don't even think illegal. I mean, like, did he really do nothing about it? Did he really just sit back and say, "I'm not gonna do anything"?
He waited. He did sit back though for 2 months. I'm not even going off of all the way back to I'm literally going off of just from April when the restraining order happened. I know Anthony went over that, but the restraining order happens. He sits on it for 2 months. Then national media starts, or an independent guy does a little snooping, and then he's like, all right, now it's time to fire him to save face.
Yeah. It's
like you handled it horribly.
It's a tough situation to be in. It was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, let's talk about music, guys.
I'm just gonna say, I think Urban's out of here.
Yeah,
he's gonna be gone. Whoever comes in his place,
they might get the guy. They might get the guy from Iowa State. I forget his fucking name.
I bet you Urban helped pick the guy too.
Probably.
That's how weird it's gonna be. The behind the scenes stuff is really crazy, man.
Where do you think Urban's about to go for vacation?
That's really about to be something.
Aruba, Jamaica,
Punta Cana.
I wanna take you to Bermuda, mama. Come on, pretty mama. Yeah, let's speaking of
speaking of music, there we go.
That's a good segue.
Travis Scott. Fire.
That album was
crazy.
Good. I liked the 2 Weekend songs.
I hate the 2 Weekend songs.
Oh, really?
I love the 2.
I hate, like, I want those songs off the CD.
What's that one song?
I like Skeletons. I don't like Wake Up. I hate Wake Up.
That one song with Don Toliver. Fuck. Let me see. Let me look it up.
That Drake record is crazy.
Yo, they put a song in a song.
Yeah.
How you gonna put brackets in a song?
The crazy thing about the Drake record is that's not even the best one. I like the one with Sway Lee.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I like Stop Trying to Be God. That one's hard.
I love that.
Kid Cudi, you win already.
Kid Cudi hums me to sleep.
I'm just doing pause, but yes.
Yosemite?
Yosemite with Nav.
Carousel was refreshing.
Can't Say I love Can't Say too.
What's the shit with 21? That was NC-17. NC-17.
I didn't too much care for that.
I like that.
Hold on.
I like the vulgarity.
I like the ad lib. 21. I like the ad lib.
I think it's called Can't Say.
I love that song.
Yeah, that's with Don Toliver.
Okay,
you sound like a raspy Akon.
Since we're all in agreement that this album is fucking fire.
So out of all the new music that came out Friday,
well, I think this is best summer. I think this is the album of the year.
This summer.
Yeah.
This
album of the year.
This might be album
easily.
What came out this year? Oh, all that.
Everybody.
Drake, everything came out
easily. Easily, the only thing that gets more playing time is that Kids See Ghosts.
Kids See Ghosts get a lot.
I love Kids See Ghosts.
That's not gonna win album.
I know, but I'm saying this is better than Kids See Ghosts. I love Kids See Ghosts.
Hold on, I gotta look. What else came out this year?
Can we talk about is Travis Scott like the best album maker out like right now? Consistently,
I think no Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Kendrick Lamar,
Okay,
hands
well, it
down.
depends on what type. All right, maybe I should
Hands down,
rephrase it.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I don't really care for his last album though.
Well,
Damn, you ain't like Damn?
I didn't really
Damn
care
was
for
cool.
it.
What are
It
you
was
talking
cool. Like
Yeah,
I ain't really
that's-
care. Like
you
I
like
listened
it?
to
I
it like
love
twice, and I was like, all right, well, I don't really want to be.
I think I'm
J
picking-
Rock's album was better, I think.
Oh.
Uh,
I like J
I had
Rock's
to go
album
through my
better.
recently
Yeah.
added just to make sure.
Than
Because I was
this?
like, what came
Nah,
out?
I don't know better than this.
Redemption?
I don't think better
Not
than
better than this
I'm
though.
with you. I'm with you,
I
Sumie.
like,
But
I'm
I
with
think
you,
that-
Sumie.
Bro.
but
That one's
I-
still getting a lot of play.
But
I gotta hear
yeah.
this more. Let me hear this more.
I
But
agree.
the
Let a
music-
couple months pass and let it
Because
soak
honestly,
in.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Mac Miller's album has been putting me to sleep for this last 2 days.
I haven't
Yep.
gotten to
That
it.
shit is tranquil.
It's smooth
It's a
as
tranquil bop.
Has
bro,
anyone,
everywhere?
everyone I
I'm a
asked,
Mac Miller
ev-
hater. There,
ev-
I said it.
why?
good sound. It's
How
good
come you don't
sound.
like Mac Miller?
I'm just
'cause
a
I like
hater.
him so
no,
much.
I'm just a hater. Like
Oh,
I can understand. But I don't know. I thought he was really corny.
I was the same.
At first.
Joe, I was the same way when I first heard him.
And I
But these
think that's
niggas were
just
like,
like unfortunately.
I think he
this
changed
is
his
my
sound
fault.
completely.
It's
But you-
stuck in
but
me.
you got a lot better.
But you know what is making Travis? I think everything around Travis Scott is making him
About
like
Kendall. I mean Kylie.
Yeah, you saw his advertising? Where he
the
put it up-
advertising.
That shit was crazy.
The build up.
That shit was fire.
This
oh,
is
with his head.
This was a
and
great
the-
album rollout.
Yeah,
perfect. And I think this brings business back to music the right way. Because a lot of people, the music business is the worst business. Like they'll just put music out and expect that artists to do so much to promote that without the resources. I think Travis Scott he did the producing perfect, the features perfect, the rapping, the music, the art was perfect. The theme
Sound.
was perfect.
He kept the sound.
I have a question.
I did
Everything
like-
was
you could just
the
Question.
rollout was good.
Question about Travis. Does he engineer his own shit?
I think
Because like
so.
there's
Nah,
it
it's
has-
a team of them.
Oh, so- well, yeah, I mean, it's always a
Bro,
team.
that
you know
team
what? I
is
listened to
Mike
amazing.
Dean is one of the people that's
Okay,
on that team.
yeah.
I
And
listened
he's
to the
with
album
Kanye.
in order, like chronological order,
Mhm.
and then I played it on shuffle, and you can hear the whole album through.
There was,
Bro.
you know what?
There's no like, oh, I want to change to this.
What's-
song.
that's
what's
you
that,
You can play it shuffle
what-
or chronologically, and it just
it
all
works.
sounds
That's a great
amazing.
album. That's a
What's
great
that?
album.
There's even like a acoustic song on there that still has that Travis Scott like auto tune vibe to it. And it's just like, how do you get production on that level, bro?
Bro, one of my favorite songs that's going to be underrated is Coffee Bean.
Oh, bro, that's one of my favorite
I
songs on there.
love that
Now
song.
let me run it
He was
back.
saying some real shit on there. That's why I liked it.
I love that song.
You know what I like about Travis Scott? We say a lot of people stole his sound, correct?
They
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what he's really great at? Mimicking the people we like, our generation's greats. Our Kanye's,
Cuddy.
our Cuddies, our Kendricks. I don't know really the Kendrick, but he can mimic, because this is one song, like, I don't know which one sounds exactly like Kanye, but it like Travis feel on it.
But you know what?
Speaking of mimicking, I still love Through the Night.
I think Kanye was more influenced by Travis.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think so,
I
too.
think it
I
goes
think so,
both
too.
ways.
He stole
I
his
think it goes
sound.
both ways.
He stole his sound for a little while.
I think that once you're in the game so long, like if you look at Jay-Z even went the Magna Carta Holy Grail, when he was doing the Chief Keef kind of sound, like these older rappers stay relevant by reaching back. Even if you look at Chance the Rapper with Kanye, I think it's a good trade-off
It
for
is a great
music
trade-off,
and for
but
everyone involved.
I think Travis is the best at giving ode to our niggas.
Yeah.
You know,
I think,
and
yeah.
there's not a lot of people
without
that do
stealing
it.
the sound, but
Yeah.
actually like
I think
paying tribute
They
to
stole
it.
the sound from him.
I think him and
him
Chance the
and-
Rapper are
on that
good.
Goosebumps, how he comes in with
Through
just
the Night.
day and night. I was just like, yo, that's just that's
I
paying
noticed
an ode
this.
to Cuddy.
But you know why
While
he's
he's
so
on
good
the
at doing
song.
that? Because he's a great producer.
He's
Because
great.
producer, they
Amazing
make the
producer.
music and they
Think
get
about
the this artist will really be good. So producers are good at making music, making beats for people who aren't them.
Yep.
So when they rap, they could easily get on that and blend it well.
This is what I'm thinking for you.
Yeah.
And I could blend that real quick. And he's a great artist. He can do that.
I love his darkness.
He's crazy.
Bro, it's just crazy, like the genres that he can just like bring into one and to still have his own sound on there. Love
Yeah.
it, fucking love
And
it.
he get in the bag.
He don't even have to rap.
Fucking
He could
love it.
smoke one, drink one, pop. He could just say
That's
that for
it.
like 3 minutes, and I just love it.
Oh, I'm gonna drink one pop. Like, that shit's fire. Yo, that nigga's crazy.
Just like that, just
Did he
like
do that? Wasn't he the one playing, was it Goosebumps? Or 15 times at a festival in a row? Is that Travis?
Was that him? I just heard about him climbing the
Recently.
tree and just going crazy.
Not recent, last year.
Yeah, I have
Last
to see
He-
Travis Scott.
He
in
played
Yeah.
the same
concert.
song.
My thing is, I'm trying to get all my friends to meet up in Houston when he do the Astroworld tour in his hometown.
That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
We trying
That'd
to.
be
I'm
crazy.
trying to make that
When
happen.
are you trying to make that happen?
Whenever
Am I your
they're-
friend?
Yeah.
When you
Whenever,
trying to bring, I'm on. Okay, I'll be there.
bro, I have
Super Bowl
so
tickets, I'll be your friend.
That's crazy.
we all gotta go
We
because
gotta
all my
figure this
friends
out.
from Louisiana going, and I got a lot of
That'd
friends
be
in Texas.
crazy.
We trying to
Are
make that
Houston?
happen.
Oh, that'd be a whole thing.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna do Houston really big, and he's gonna do it on a weekend in his hometown. So
That'd be
it's
cool.
not gonna be like on a Thursday or something like they
He
do on
might
a
actually.
Sunday.
It might be like a carnival. Like there might be rides.
That would be fucking terrifying.
I'm going. I'm
be
not gonna
fire.
be in the mosh
That's
pit.
like in a good way.
I'm
Like
not
in a
gonna be in
good
the
way.
mosh pit, but I'm gonna
did
be
you
like
see
in the stands.
the video of him singing or what's it called performing this song?
Mm-mm.
Everyone's like packed, and then there's an open circle way back there, and it gets lit. It gets closed so quickly. I gotta show you this video.
The
It's
mosh
fire.
pit. I don't want
Yo.
to be in. I don't want no parts of that.
No.
So did anybody listen to YG's album at all?
I listened to like
You were
3
giving it
songs.
praise, huh?
I really liked it, and I feel like I'm the only one. Who
Bro, I'm not
listened
gonna
to
lie.
it.
I don't like YG.
I'm not a YG fan.
I don't like
YG
him.
is so funny though.
I think,
You guys
but
really
that's
don't fuck
it.
with-
He's
I
like a
fuck with
comedian.
YG.
He's
I
like
fuck
a.
with YG.
I think he's just a blood comedian, just rapping, bro. He just be saying
I
some
don't know.
blood
He's a
shit.
comedian.
He just be saying. I think the shit he says sounds stupid.
It
to me.
is
So
funny
that's
how
why
he
I think
sounds, but I think he about it.
He can rap. He gets busy on that. I can show you records where he's
100%
actually
he gets
rapping.
busy.
I don't think he could rap that
I
well.
haven't listened
to
to
me.
it fully.
Really?
I don't like his
Nah.
rap style.
I don't like how he raps.
Oh well,
He's
that's
no Dom to me. I
sound
like
like
that
he-
Dom kind of feel.
Yeah.
When
I
I'm
mean,
thinking about.
well, it's a different type of
Yeah.
West Coast.
I like-
Dom's more laid back. I feel
I like that
Yeah.
laid back chill. Even that what's that other guy with the Jerry curl that's really popular in the G
Nip.
Perico, something like that.
What?
Who?
It's like a dude. He a Crip. He's from Cali, and he has a Jerry curl. He was on a couple of songs with Currency. We gotta find this dude. I like his style.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy. Man,
He got a song called Thoughts or something.
that's a lot of rappers.
Man, you gotta be finding it.
Rap song called Thoughts.
Yeah. Well, okay. So who listened to the Mac Miller project? Then?
I
that shit was
did.
fire.
I did.
Okay.
I
How
loved
did
it.
you guys?
You
think
love that,
about it?
right?
I loved it.
So what's it like? Like I haven't gotten around to it yet.
So you remember his
Sonically.
last song, his last project that he came out with?
I didn't listen to that.
You didn't listen to it?
You know, I'm not that big of a man.
It's remember the song we had with Anderson .Paak?
Yeah, it's that whole kind of feel.
It's that exact.
Yeah,
Dang.
that's
Dang.
Oh, I do
that
like
whole
that
album
song.
is that.
Well, I even said I liked that song. I just never got around to listening to his album. But there's just been so much. It's been music overload. Like, did you guys listen
It
to
is
her?
overload.
You listen to
No,
her?
I heard a little bit of it.
I did like it.
G.
A little.
Pearson?
I didn't get to listen to all of it, but it
Perico
is
or something
kind
like
of-
that.
It's
It
good.
hits you all at once.
I
Like-
like. I'm gonna see.
Ella May got a new song out that was fire.
I got annoyed at that one song that was what was it?
Boot
called?
Up?
Yeah. I thought it was cool when I first heard it, and then I just kept
I
hearing
like
it.
his
That's what
sound.
happens in most songs.
Because it
Yeah.
got mainstream.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you want to, sway. My feet are moving different now.
I don't know. I don't like YG, bro. I just feel like when he raps, it sounds like he got a bunch of shit in his mouth, and it sounds jumbled, bro.
I don't listen to him enough, but I like that he's featured and stuff, but not like actually.
Yeah.
That shit fire. Send me that. Send me that.
That is dope.
I like his sound.
I like that sound.
I like his sound. He got that old school West
That's how it
Coast
sound.
Jerry curl juice flying everywhere.
I'll say this about YG's albums though. They're like they're well put together.
They're cohesive.
Yeah, exactly. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, no, I saw you do this
Yeah.
with your hands, the hand motion. I was like, all right, yeah, I know what
Are
you're
you sure it wasn't a
Yo,
compilation?
There's mad teas in there. There's
Contemplation.
mad teas in there. I'm just saying.
Oh, did you guys check out the Drake video?
Yeah.
Oh, in my feelings.
I've seen
Shout out
both
to
of
New
them.
Orleans. I love it.
Yeah, he had to.
You know what's so
He
funny?
had to.
Driss and I, was it like a week ago or something when we were actually trying to find the video? They like advertise it as it was the official music video.
Yo, niggas are sneaky on YouTube. That's what it is, bro.
Oh,
So
We thought it
somebody,
came out.
somebody
Like 2
put
weeks
like an
ago.
official In My Feelings video,
I
like way
think I
before
saw
it came
that.
out, and it was some other niggas like song.
No, it was,
How many views this nigga get?
Bro, he got over 1 million.
He got a
Oh,
lot
get
of
out.
It was
views.
the Majid
Yo,
Jordan
he was
song.
on
It
it.
was the
What's that Majid Jordan song? When they're like, I gotta. No, that's the
that's
actual
her.
song. That's her actual
Hold on, on
song.
YouTube, if you get over 1 million views, you get paid.
Yeah, you get
Something.
paid like
I think
after.
I think it's even 250.
Even if he
was it a million?
Even if he did that,
it's
like
less
he
than that.
lied and he still got.
He got money, but at the same time, I feel like
do you get money for
there's
that?
a copyright in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's
So he's not
getting
gonna get that money.
He's not gonna get that money.
Damn, so
But
you
he
gotta
brought
charge
attention to his channel though and his song. So
Was the song good?
no, it was a remix to.
it was a
fucking-
remix in my
In
feelings,
My
but it was
Feelings,
an
yeah.
actual Majid Jordan music video.
It was the music video where ASAP Rocky giving the speech at the very beginning. What song is that?
That's a good question.
I can't
That
remember.
is a
It's
good
the
question.
first. Hold on.
You got
Just hold on. We're going. That song. We're going home.
Oh.
yeah.
Well, that's a Drake song.
yeah. What are you talking about?
It features
Majid,
Magic.
Jordan. Yeah, they're in the music
okay,
video
okay.
though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the video was great. I like seeing Lala and Felicia Rashad. That was pretty
that
nice.
was cool. That was funny.
I loved everything about the video. I love his New Orleans accent, his grills. I love the jersey he had on.
Yeah.
That's the Mobile, Alabama, LaFleur
isn't
high
that-
school.
I
That's
heard-
Boogie. That's
Yeah,
Boogie
okay.
Cousins' jersey, his high school jersey.
That's
Curtis really liked the music video too. Curtis is now Team Drake.
Are you team light skin?
dope. He said never.
I like the ending too. The
I like
ending was
Shiggy,
real
bro.
funny.
Shiggy in there just made it for me.
Shiggy's hilarious. Like, are you ready, Mr. Drake? That shit was funny.
Yeah, that kid's funny as fuck.
I like everything that me personally. I like everything Drake is doing for promoting culture. I think he's like Beyonce on that.
Is that
On that-
something we can all agree on?
It is.
He's like Beyonce on promoting culture. I think he's even better to a certain extent because Drake. That's why I respect Drake. It don't matter what he does. I respect him because he pulls up people. Drake is the only artist that's willing
He brings
to work
attention
with
to
people.
so many cultures.
Like,
I also
you
like
have
that.
to pay
Soulja
attention
Boy.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Migos, way before they're popping. Young everybody.
Way before
21
they're
Savage.
popping.
I think
Soulja Boy.
That Versace was popping.
Most of his number one hot 100 singles are on other people's track.
And these kids
Yeah.
are saying that. These kids are saying
I
like, yo,
respect them for
Drake,
that.
he be putting everyone on.
I respect him
That's
for
what-
that. I
Mad
can't say nothing
artists,
about
young
the
no
artists are
other
saying that
artist
right
wants
now.
to work with him. Block Boy. Who's the other?
Roy Woods.
He puts on a lot.
He gave Soulja Boy a hit.
Soulja Boy. Yeah.
What song was that?
Versace.
No, that's
No, that's
not
I'm saying.
that.
That's Migos.
dun,
Shit.
dun, 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 dun. No, what's how they going? Nigga, we made it. That song.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
was incredible.
That
That's
shit was
early.
fire.
I work out to that still today.
I think we made it. Damn, are you serious?
Yes. Drake shows
I'm not a Drake
love.
hater. I'm not. I
It's
like
hard to
he
be.
makes
If you're a
music
Drake
for me.
hater, you're just a hater yourself. It's like altogether. You're just a bad
People,
individual.
people want to like to hate him, love to hate him.
People do love to hate him, but he's also so.
Is he
I just
Kim
love
K?
how much he laughs at his own stuff. too.
I think he's emotional, and I think a lot of the stuff that
is
he
But
gets
he doesn't
himself.
hide it. He like.
But the stuff he gets himself into is because of his own emotions. Like,
He be acting up sometimes, but you know.
and I don't even blame him for that because the Pusha T situation.
God.
You didn't even have to take it that far about getting this man's wife involved. Then
Yeah,
he got
yeah.
your family involved.
Yeah.
And then what's another situation he took too far? Even with Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi
That shit
spoke
was
out against them because he said no one was treating him like Kid Cudi was going through stuff.
Kim-
You don't say they'll bring this man drug abuse in, and especially when he's about to commit
Don't do
suicide.
that.
That is just
Don't do that.
dirty.
That's not smart.
You when people scoop blow to you want to cry, but you the one who's taking these blows first.
Okay.
And I don't respect that about him. That's only because he's emotional. And I think Meek Mills is emotional like that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Push had been jabbing at him for years. I think he just did when you bring somebody's wife into it.
Yeah.
Or
But that's
fiance.
all
Yeah.
games though. Push jabs. People jab.
Yeah,
Music jab.
you can't get mad at someone's reaction too.
Yeah, but
true.
but I'm not mad at his reaction. But if you go take it there, don't
Yeah.
back down when you lose.
You're right.
He lost. He
So
lost
you think
against Pusha.
he still got something out there?
I
huh?
think he recovered amazingly though.
He recovered by
Oh.
dropping it.
he did.
That's true.
That nigga
And
was smart.
he
He
should never even went that far in the first place,
Yeah.
in my opinion. If you go drop it, but I like Drake.
don't
That's-
half-ass it.
I like
Don't
Drake.
half-ass it. If you're
I
gonna
like
do
Drake.
it, go all out.
He- Even though I think his beef, that Duppy was the best diss track
Shit,
of
fire.
all time. in
Oh,
my
you like
opinion.
Duppy more than
I love Duppy more than Duppy and Diplomatic Immunity. I love
Yeah.
that better than anything ever. Those two, anything ever.
those. What was
Yeah.
Diplomatic Immunity?
Diplomatic was hard.
That shit was dope. That was That was when
Even
he dropped.
I like
that was
4
when he
a.m.
dropped
in
this.
4 a.m. in Calabasas too.
Yeah, that
Those
shit
3
was-
tracks, love them.
4 a.m. in Calabasas is I think one of his more underrated. Like, it's hard for me to say that Drake is underrated.
Yeah.
He's
But,
not.
like, I don't.
You mean
I don't know,
certain
man.
songs of
Some
his.
people
Certain songs people don't
like.
give
I don't
enough
think
shine
people
to.
really do give him enough credit.
He's
and how
underrated as a
dope-
rapper.
Yeah.
He's not underrated as a pop star.
Yeah.
Artists
Yeah.
in general.
Because dude be dropping some.
I like.
There's
I
some
like his
bars where
raps.
I'm like, this is
that was
crazy.
good. That was good.
Yeah.
Someone told me that. Fuck, I was like,
Yeah, let's
that
wrap
Drake
this
don't
up
have
though.
bars. I was
Let's
like,
wrap this up though. We've been on here for a long time, and I think we're just kind of getting off topic.
Okay.
We don't even have topics. But all right, y'all. Thank you guys for listening. This is Social Critics, episode 42. Be sure to check us out on our social media pages: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, if you still got that, YouTube, and you can follow us at social critics, social underscore critics with a second S. So social underscore, with 2 S's. And be sure to also give us some feedback. So comment on us and tell us what you think. And we love you.
Some of y'all.
Alpha loves you.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Alpha loves you. So you can go to sleep better thinking about that.